Howard Schnellenberger had molded the Hurricanes into national champions. Jimmy Johnson took that mold and returned to the top in 1987. While Dennis Erickson did likewise in 1989. 1 decade, 3 coaches, 3 national titles. The team of the 80s began the 1990s last Saturday night in Provo, Utah. And suddenly the magic was missing. This time it was BYU quarterback Ty Detmer who possessed the golden arm, throwing for over 400 yards. And when Miami quarterback Craig Erickson tried to orchestrate some last-minute heroics, the Hurricanes were denied. Leaving the team of the 80s to wonder what the new decade will be like. Today, it's Miami versus California on ABC's College Football. It's one of the most breathtaking sights in all of college football as we look west across San Francisco Bay to the Golden Gate Bridge. We swing to the east then to Berkeley, California, across this beautiful campus and into Memorial Stadium, the home of the Golden Bears of California, as for the first time, the 10th-ranked Miami Hurricanes make their appearance here to meet the California Golden Bears. A superb day for football, and here's Miami trying to rebound from last week's setback at the hands of BYU. Dennis Erickson, their head coach. It was a shock last week losing to BYU, and here they come. There was a score, 28-21. Erickson in his first year took him to the national championship. Hi everybody, I'm Gary Bender. We mentioned it was a shock that Miami lost that game, and it's taken them since Wednesday to try to get back. And Dennis Erickson feels they have recovered. But you want to talk about shock? How about this? Up to the very moment in Pullman, Washington, Washington State is leading that same team that defeated Miami, BYU, by a score of 29-7. It's a crazy game, this game of college football. And so 29-7 is the count there, as BYU, after the upset, having a tough time today against the Cougars of Washington State. Now, this California team, they opened up with a win in Madison, Wisconsin last week, and it was a great booster for them as far as confidence is concerned. And I think that Bruce Snyder summed it up very well when he said this: we look at today as a great opportunity to play the defending national champions, Miami. Bringing in now the former All-American and All-Pro, my broadcasting partner, Lynn Swan. And Lynn, as you analyze the quarterbacks for this game, Craig Erickson, he took Miami to a national championship. Mike Pulaski, on the other hand, only 1 start.
Well, very different. I mean, you got Erickson, who's going for a Heisman Trophy, and Mike Pulaski, he's just happy to be here, relishing every moment. Now, when you look at Erickson, here's a guy who's really got to make some things happen this afternoon. He's got to put the ball in the air, he's got to strike fast, and get the confidence back in his team. On the other side, Mike Pulaski, a guy who's just getting some experience under his belt, he's going to have to manage his football team, orchestrate well-conceived drives, use up the clock so that Cal has a chance to stay in this ball game.
All right, Len, you look at the defense, the other side of the ball. What are they going to do against Erickson and Pulaski?
Well, I think in Miami they're going to take Bruce Snyder at his word. Bruce Snyder says he wants to run the football, so Miami wants to stop him from running the football and force him to use half of an offense by putting in the air all the time with an inexperienced quarterback. On the other side, the Miami, the Cal defense wants to put some pressure on Erickson. Last week against BYU, they pressured him quite a bit, and he made some mistakes. This week, they want to do the same thing.
Well, the first time these two met was 1964. A guy by the name of Craig Morton led the Golden Bears to victory, but last year it was all Miami, winning it 31-3. So the third meeting, we're going to be back with the opening kickoff here as you look at the Campanile and the campus at California. And here come the Golden Bears of California, the alums forming the shoot form as they come out. And win against Wisconsin. There's Bruce Snyder in his 4th year as head coach. The flags above Memorial Stadium are flying at half-mast this afternoon in memory of 3 University of California students who were killed last Saturday in a fire that gutted the Phi Kappa Sigma fraternity house on the Berkeley campus. As you can see here, the campus has been in mourning this week following the deaths of those 3 bright students. Tragedy that's been felt deeply within the Cal football team, as 5 Golden Bears were members of that fraternity, and there's one of them, Robbie Keane, the All-American. He will not kick off today because they feel he might be a little distracted, and another one of his fraternity brothers, Chris Noonan, will get that opportunity instead. They're very concerned about how his focus has been this week. By the way, I have a correction to make. In that Washington State BYU game, I think I told you it's being played in Pullman. Instead, it's in Provo, which makes it even more shocking to think that BYU could beat Miami at home and then trails, you can see at halftime, 29-7. Mike Pulaski got his first start last week, Lynn Swan. What they like about him is his toughness, mentally as well as physically.
And you have to be tough mentally to come out here with no experience and lead this team against tough competition. He had a solid game and played within himself against Wisconsin. Today, he has to play within himself and look for the big windows of opportunity.
Well, Craig Erickson has had a lot of big windows of opportunity. He lost his first game as a starter last week. He was 8-0 in that championship season, and he wants today to make amends.
That can be a shocker to your system when you experience something and you're looking to being a national champion again.
Going back deep is Kevin Williams, and he's joined by Alex Johnson. Chris Noonan, one of those young men we talked about from the fraternity, and the tragedy will kick off, number 22. We're underway. The left-footed kick, and Alex Johnson will gather it in. Johnson out to the 26, and Miami will set it up there.
To the 26-yard line.
Craig Erickson to run the team at quarterback. He has a lot of weapons. Conley will start at fullback. Carroll, Thomas, and Hill. They are a handful of trouble. The asterisk, by the way, indicating returning starters. Chudzinski, Sullivan didn't know whether he'd play today, but he's going to start. It'll be his 37th straight. They've had to do some changing up front after losing some starters from that position a year ago. From the 26, Erickson play action. And he'll scamper for 3 yards to the 30. Let's set now the Cal defense, which started slowly last week against Wisconsin and then came on very, very well. Red Hall is a All-America candidate. Collier runs very well. Redmond's the number 2 tackler after the first week in the Pac-10. Hardy had a 100-yard interception return for a touchdown. And that secondary really looked good, especially late in the game against Wisconsin. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Erickson going up top. Not well thrown at all. John Hardy was closest to the football. And it'll bring up a 3rd down. Randall Hill, the intended receiver.
You take a look at the receiver. They're trying to split the corner. A receiver on the outside and one on the inside. I can't tell from that pass which receiver he was throwing it to. He threw it dead middle.
There was a flag after the play, so we'll sort that out as it's the 32-yard line is where they dropped it. Gordon Reese, the referee. It's going to be against California.
Dead ball, personal foul, defense, automatic 1st down.
That's a kind of mistake that this Cal defense cannot afford to make. They had successfully stopped Miami without much movement in that first drive. They would have gotten the ball in pretty good field position to start out their first drive. Now they've given them a 1st down because of a penalty on the 45-yard line.
So the Hurricanes will take that opportunity. They come out in a trips formation, 3 receivers to the top of the field. Horace Copeland is one of those, and he is going to be an exciting young player, number 88. From the 45, 1st down. Conley, who had to work hard for 4 yards last week on 5 carries, gets a couple here. It'll be 2nd down, 8. John Belli, the nose guard, made the stop.
Conley, the ball carrier.
Miami last week against BYU ran the ball effectively early and then couldn't get it going when they really needed, especially late in the game. Second down, 7 again, trips formation, top of the field. Single running back in motion, Conley. On target. Nice open field move by Darrell Spencer, and he's going to bring the football to a first down area just short of the 35. Bill Ayre made the stop for California.
There are a lot of things that are happening on this football field. I'm not going to give them to you all at one time. We'll pick them apart. Erickson's got to make some things happen. He's getting the ball to receivers. Now, keep in mind, last week for a passing team, they had a terrible game because no receiver got into the end zone and scored a touchdown. They have to get their wideouts making the big plays, scoring points for them to win here.
First down, 17-yard gain. Erickson, Wesley Carroll to the 20. He's all the way to the 12-yard line. And Miami now, after that errant pass early and then having the personal foul, is picked up and moving well. Bill Ayre again made the tackle.
On those last two plays, they picked up big chunks of real estate moving the ball down the field on relatively short passes. I think Erickson is now pulling himself back. Coach Erickson doesn't want this game to get away from him. Give him some confidence.
First down at the 13. Checking off now, changing the play is Craig Erickson. He almost didn't get the exchange made, and Red Hall comes pounding through. Conley, the ball carrier, had no chance, and Red Hall, who has just been playing superb football, made the stop.
Take a look here. We'll see where he trips up. He just trips up on his own a little bit, trying to get the ball out to his halfback. Keep in mind also, we talked about some of the inexperience or the changes in the line. The center and the two guards are really playing for the first time at those positions.
Second and 15. Craig Erickson, Randall Hill at the 10-yard line, gets out of bounds at the 8. What an arsenal of weapons they have. They spread the ball around. John Hardy made the stop on the play.
I started to say that the two guards in the center are really playing for the first time in those positions. They don't have an experienced man in between them to help lead them and guide them. They had some big problems last week, and I noticed already in this ball game, Cal has got more people up on that offensive line, on the defensive line, challenging Miami's unit. And those three guys in the middle are going to see a lot of twists and movement inside. I've seen two twists already, but so far they've picked them up well. 3rd and 6 now for the Hurricanes. Little mix-up. He's got Conley going in motion. Erickson looking that way. It's Leonard Conley at the 5, falls down. They're having some trouble with this surface. It's a brand new artificial surface put in. And that's forward progress. Will take it inside the 5 at the 4.5-yard line, a couple of yards short of the first down. Very smart play by Craig Erickson. He's looking at it. He reads the blitz, so he sends out the back in motion because he knows he will be uncovered. He sees the corner getting set to come off his left end. Carlos Huerta, who did not attempt a field goal last week, will attempt a 22-yarder. Joe Moore to hold. Huerta's kick is up, and Miami's on the scoreboard. The Hurricanes take the opening kickoff, and they get 3. They lead at 3-0. Just booted a 22-yard field goal, ready to go. That was a 68-yard drive on the opening series of this game. Back deep, Russell White, Damian Simeon. White, the exciting sophomore, number 4, and it's going to be Russell White. He has a big alley on the far side. He may go. 30, Russell White to the 10, touchdown, California. Russell White, a Proposition 48 kid who did not play last year, played his first game last week against Wisconsin, had a little rust on him, was very confident when we talked to him yesterday, anxious to show individually what he could do. And the first time he puts his hands on the football, he goes the distance for the touchdown.
Well, Cal's becoming a team of big plays. Last week, a 100-yard interception for a touchdown. And here a kickoff return of 99 yards. He was a football legend in California, Russell White, in the high school ranks. Robbie Keane's attempt is good. 7-3. You don't think that won't give California some confidence?
Oh, when we talked to those kids the other day, confidence was the one thing they didn't lack. They really did believe in themselves. Now to actually get the ball the first time, bust a big play on the Miami team, I mean, they're going to be soaring. The coach is going to basically have to channel that energy now and calm them down. But when the defensive unit takes the field, they'll be so aggressive, they'll be so fired up, I'm afraid it's going to be bad news for Miami.
Russell White, we were told he has deceiving speed, and you could see it there. It looked like he wasn't running that fast, but nobody could catch him.
I thought he was going to get caught. I was getting ready to tell you about team speed and how Miami's got such a fast team. We'll take another look from the end zone. And he just goes by people. The wedge, great blocking up front. He runs through a tackle. Now watch here. People have the angle on him. Right there, number 23 is supposed to make the tackle. Bad effort of number 23, reaching up around the shoulder. He should have gone for that waist, blocked him up. White is still pulling away from him.
Robert Bailey was 23, the man you mentioned, and Russell White, and talking to him, he could hardly wait to play. Last week, he did not start. He gained 78 yards rushing. Noonan to kick off. Williams and Johnson back deep. Johnson will go to a knee. And now we have a flag thrown. Some extracurricular activity going on after the play was over.
A flag on the field.
So Miami had a short live lead.
Red ball. Personal foul on the receiving team. Taylor is half the distance. It'll be first and 20.
So both teams now have been guilty of unsportsmanlike calls. That'll move it back inside the 10-yard line. Erickson, who marched him 8 plays, 68 yards to 3 points, comes back in. This crowd is excited now. A 99-yard kickoff return will do that. Alex Johnson is the running back as they come to the line of scrimmage. Flags thrown at the inception of the snap. Cal indicating Miami had some movement.
That would be the indication. If it's a defense that jumps offside, the play continues to run. It's a free play for the offense in essence.
Lynn, have you ever been on a football team where you had a 199-yard return back-to-back,
Never.
week to week?
Never. I returned only two punts for touchdowns in my entire career, 3 years of starting at USC, and in 2 years as a punt returner, I only returned one for the Steelers. Nobody ever returned the kickoff in the same season.
Erickson to Johnson. Cornell Collier was there. He had 2 sacks in the game last year against Miami.
Right now, Miami has to take the shovels out of the hand of Cal because they are digging a hole so deep for this Hurricane team to fall in that if they don't make something happen, obviously they're going to get the ball in great field position, and with the confidence they now have, they could be marching again for a score.
Second, a long ways to go. 2nd and 23. Johnson in motion. Erickson to Wesley Carroll. He takes a real shot. Ron English, the strong safety, got there first.
Pass complete to Carroll.
Wesley Carroll is one of their best receivers, and when you look at him physically, he's one of the few guys in this team that looks like he could actually take a hit. You're going to see him in the flat here. He gets a ball, turns up like a good receiver, but the pursuit's right there. That's number 42, Ron English, that comes in and makes the extra hit on him.
3rd down, still 11. Erickson wide open. The completion is made. That's Darrell Spencer again, and that will be enough for a first down. So they dig out of a big, big hole.
When you watch a play like this, Gary,
A gain
You
of
have to
17,
give Miami
first
their
and
respect.
10
You see Craig
Miami.
Erickson dropping back, his eyes very focused, reading that defense. His receivers did a great job of dividing that section into 3 zones. The middle popped open between the linebackers and the safety. He found his man at the right distance for the first down.
Spencer with 2 catches early. 12-yard gain. Wesley Carroll. He goes out of bounds to the catch at the 24-yard line. Ray Sanders defending. Shows you how quickly Miami can come back. The main man for Craig Erickson, number 81.
Cal likes to play a lot of zone defense. On that particular play, they were playing zone. Craig drops back. He looked for the man coming across. I think it was Horace Copeland, 88, was coming across. He looked at him like he was going to throw him the football. That drew that coverage up short and inside to find the man open on the outside.
37-yard gain to the 24. Alex Johnson staying on his feet, getting a couple of yards. Johnson, their fastest running back. Dwayne Odom was one of their Bears there to make the stop for Bruce Snyder's team. 2nd and 8. Judzinski comes out of the ball game. Randy Bethel comes in at tight end. From the 22, Miami. 3 receivers to the top of the field. Blitz coming. They give it to Johnson. And Johnson gets something out of it to the 20. David Wilson, who they feel is their best all-around defensive back, made the tackle.
Craig Erickson took a lot of time at the line. I think he recognized his blitz and he audibled to a run play to take advantage of it. But the problem here is that the line gets clogged up. They don't create the hole. They get congested in the middle, and he tries to bounce it out to the outside. It's a good recognition, but a great play by the defense.
California had a miserable rushing defense a year ago, but it's improving. It's 3rd and 6. Erickson, complete to Carroll. To the 10, gets away from Ray Sanders. Touchdown, Miami.
To Carroll for an appearance touchdown.
There is a
However,
flag back at the 20-yard line, so hold it for a moment. What a nice move by Carroll. Still waiting to determine what the flag is all about.
Roughing the passer. It's against Cal. It'll stand as a touchdown. Take a look. I said the receivers didn't score last week. Carroll does a great job. It's another blitz. Cal is going to get burned if they continue to do this too often. It's just a quick out, adjusting to the blitz. Carroll has a great speed. He keeps his balance when being pulled from the back to get into the end zone.
So Miami for the 2nd time with the lead, 9-7. Point after attempt by Carlos Huerta.
Murphy, the passer on the defense, will be assessed on the kickoff.
Huerta comes in here with 94 straight PATs. Never missed one in his career. Craig Erickson is 8 for 8 on that drive. Huerta's kick is up, and it's a 10-7 game in favor of the Hurricanes. So after being shocked by that 99-yard kickoff return, Carroll and company comes back. Huerta ready to go. Miami with their 2nd lead, 10-7. Simeon and Wallace go back deep. Russell White not back on this one. They're going to give him a breather, evidently, and they won't return it anyway. Just a moment ago, you saw that Miami fact about the national championships. Look at 83. That year they won it. Miami lost their first game of the year. The only unbeaten year they had it was in 87. So Miami still can think national championship aspirations. You wondered about that flag on the touchdown? Here's what happened.
Roughing the passer, it's a blitz. Number 42, English, comes in from the top of the screen. Doesn't give him a full hit. Even actually tries to pull up just a tad, but it was too far, too late after the ball had been thrown.
And it was a 20-yard touchdown strike. And here comes Cal with their first snap of the game. Anthony Wallace straight ahead. picking up 3 yards on the play.
Wallace, the ball carrier.
They want to play more smash mouth football. Cal has what they figure to be their best offensive line in 15 years. It's biggest by certainly every standard. They want to pick and choose early, and then Bruce would like to hang in tight and then be able to run on Miami late in the game. Pulaski on second down, a screen, complete to Wallace, out across the 25 to the 26-yard line. Jesse Armstead over there to make the stop. There is the offensive picture for Cal. Domo, last year a true freshman playing for this team. Now they've had a change up front. Had an injury, and Steve Stafford playing in that position along with Todd Stussy because one of their linemen got hurt in warm-ups a week ago against Wisconsin. 3rd and 3. Complete to Triggs. That's enough for the first down, and that will help Pulaski. Roland Smith made the stop for the Hurricanes to the 32, first down. Defensively, Miami last year allowing only 9 points a game. Curry playing very well, but watch Russell Maryland. He may be the best in the business in college football. The linebackers run like defensive backs, and the secondary very active. Smith last year had 6 interceptions for Miami.
Sideline warning. Defense.
Timeout by Miami. Interesting timeout. So with 7:19. Oh, they're trying to get him back. A sideline warning. They were creeping onto the white painted part of the sideline. And so they get him moved back a little bit. Just a warning.
The officials need to have that space cleared. The reason why they started painting it white in the first place was to keep them back, to give them a line of sight to see when people going in and out of bounds. Players hug it trying to watch the game so much it makes it very difficult.
Triggs with a first down catch. Pulaski, good play action fake. Triggs again. First down. And a flag is thrown at the line of scrimmage. Beautiful catch by Triggs. Darrell Williams made the tackle, but California's saying it's against Miami.
Offside against Miami, the preliminary signal.
Cal is doing a very good job of executing. Now, number 67 is Russell Maryland. He's going against a young man, Todd Strucy, who has not a lot of experience. You see he's getting a little help from Gordon, 56. They double team him and do a good job of keeping him out.
17-yard gain, and Triggs, 2 big catches on this drive. From the 48, Zumholtz. Zumholtz, good leg drive, takes it to the 46. This guy they feel is a diamond in the rough. He can do it all. And now we have some more discussions going on after the completion of the play. That'll be the 3rd time today that some extracurricular activity has evolved.
Miami has long had a reputation for being a very vocal football team. Before games in which they were admonished a little bit by Coach Erickson after the BYU loss, and they had a private little meeting that Maryland put together, Maurice Crum, to say, hey, we've got to make some things happen without being so vocal.
As an end result, Gordon Reese is talking to the captains right now. He called an officials timeout. He says, come on, guys, let's talk. Let's get this thing resolved. This is not going to continue.
Well, Cal doesn't want to be intimidated. They won't be intimidated. So when the players from Miami, if they're talking to them, saying things, trying to intimidate them, they're going to stand right in their face and counter it. And that's what they should do. They shouldn't just let them get away with it. But what you don't want to have happen is every time you snap the ball, a confrontation. Almost every play, somewhere on the field, Gary, there's been a confrontation.
2nd and 5 as we pick up the action from the 46 now of Miami. 6.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Play action, Pulaski. He got away from Armstead. Complete to Zumholtz. First down. I tell you, Armstead is like a blur. He runs so well, but Pulaski got away from him.
Pulaski did a very good job. Pulaski last year, to give you just how wide the canyon is with his experience from last year and today, he was on kick coverage teams last year playing special teams. And he shows a little bit of that speed and versatility just getting away there. Now, a lot of quarterbacks will be looking deeper, trying to make that big play, but he's still playing within himself.
First down, inside the 40 now. Handoff to Zumholtz. And this time he gets 2, and that's all. And thrown backwards. That was Michael Barrow who led the charge defensively.
And Hamlet.
Crowd not exactly liking the way Zumwalt was handled. There's Barrow.
Well, it wasn't so much Zumwalt. One of the linemen was blocking a couple of other people on the side. Two Miami players just picked him up and threw him back after the play was dead.
2nd and 8 now for Cal. Pulaski, blitz coming, gets it up. It's going to be ruled, what, a fumble? No, incomplete. Grandison, the tight end. Hurley Brown knocked him loose from the football. He had it for a moment, but Hurley Brown is probably their biggest hitter in the secondary. (29-14). The Cougars coming back. I say the Cougars, both of them are Cougars. BYU.
You can't be wrong.
Would that be a shock? After beating this Miami team, Washington State would upset them. 3rd down now, 8. Mike Caldwell goes in motion. Pulaski with Maryland in his face, gets rid of it. It's complete. And the catch is made by Anthony Randolph. And Pulaski is playing with confidence.
Anthony Randolph is a walk-on. Didn't come here initially on a scholarship. See Russell Maryland getting free, but late. Number 24, Anthony Randolph, a walk-on. Coach is described as an overachiever. He just comes in, works hard, doesn't really have great talent, but he uses everything he has.
20-yard gain. Caldwell again in motion. Pulaski falls down. After we talked about playing with such confidence, unceremoniously he falls backwards.
That's those little Minahunis. They transferred over from Hawaii.
The what?
The little Minahunis. They're the Hawaiian leprechauns.
Okay. Monday Night Football. Boy, the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be a handful. They're playing so well. They beat the Vikings, and Denver can't afford to lose another one this early. Monday night, 9 o'clock Eastern. 2nd and 14 now for the Bears. 10-7 Miami.
It's an audible here.
Jumping around was Wallace, far side, and it's Randolph again with a catch just short of the 15. Robert Bailey defending on the play.
When I said earlier about Pulaski having to manage the team, this is what I'm talking about. He's got situations where he has to recognize the defense, audible, get to the right call, but not necessarily try and make them big plays. Just execute, keep them down the field, and let their defense have a chance to get rested.
3rd and 7. If they don't get it here, they'll call on their All-American Robbie Keane. Pulaski's got time. Triggs fumbles it loose, picked up, and they rule it incomplete. And so Robbie Keane will come on. And Robbie Keane with a great leg. An All-American as a place kicker his sophomore year and as a punter his junior year.
It's a good play call here. The only thing wrong with it is that Triggs comes across. He doesn't have first down depth, number one. Secondly, he doesn't hang on to the ball and almost creates a turnover.
Now a discussion ensuing as they want to be sure that was not a completion and a fumble.
It's either that, Gary, or once again they want to talk about the players. Right after that play, there was another confrontation. The players are very up for a variety of reasons. Obviously, Miami wants to get a winning record here.
The pass is ruled incomplete pass.
So that means Keane will get the field goal opportunity. Going to be 33 yards. They have a new snapper, David Benn, because James Richards broke a finger. So this will be his first snap. Pulaski to hold. 33 yards out. Kick on the way, and the kick is no good.
No good, wide left.
So Robbie Keane trying to tie it up, cannot. Miami by 3.
American punter, kicker. Remember, he's a member of the Phi Kappa Sigma fraternity. He lost 3 of his friends in that fire. He goes in for his first field goal attempt of the day, and when something like that happens to you, you can't help but shake you up a little bit. All during the week, he's been up and down with his practices. The coaches have tried to pay attention to that, but Robbie Keane's a tough young man. I think he'll just stay in this ball game and keep going after it.
Craig Erickson hit from behind. The ball is loose. Cal's got it. And Craig Erickson is down. Red Hall hitting from behind, and Collier with the fumble recovery. It isn't Craig Erickson. It's someone else down for Miami.
Cal wanted to get pressure on him. You see him standing flat-footed in the pocket right here. Number 57, Red Hall, comes in from behind. His motion wasn't forward. The ball popped loose. A big, big turnover for this Bear defense.
It's Mike Sullivan that's down. He was making his 37th straight start today, and he had lower back problems, and he's still down on the surface of the field. Now they help him up.
Mike Sullivan, the injured.
Probably that back spasm problems he's been having. But what rush from Red Hall, and Cal now with a great opportunity. They didn't know if this guy would play. He wanted to keep the string going. The string is 46 straight starts, now at 37.
You have to rely a lot on a player, Gary, to tell you when you can go and when you can't go. But sometimes you have to take these young men aside and make them sit down so they don't further injure themselves, and they can come back for you later on in the year.
So Cal getting the pressure and the turnover. Summels for a couple of yards. 2nd and 8 now for California. Russell Maryland made the stop. Keene trying to get back on track. He missed the first 3 practices this week after that tragedy.
The ball is the 18. It will be 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8, and right now the officials again talking to both this sideline and the far sideline. And now it's Cal being warned this time, so now both teams have been warned to get off that white area along the sideline. From the 18. Summel goes in motion. Play action, Russell White. Pulaski trying to get away from Armstead. Gets rid of it. Pulaski showing some real mobility and escapability.
If Mike Pulaski were in the National Football League, they'd call it a sack when he got grabbed back there. But he does a good job of getting away here. Take a look. He gets wrapped up pretty good. Right there. Jesse Armstead is number 1 coming through there.
3rd and 8.
3rd and 8.
Caldwell comes in motion. Pulaski being flushed out. In the end zone. Incomplete. Intended receivers Damian Simeon, and there's a flag thrown at the 20-yard line.
The end zone. Out of bounds.
I think Pulaski was hit late.
It may have been by number 45, Darren Smith. He was the only Hurricane in the area that I saw. Roughing the passer. We'll see it on the replay. Pulaski rolls out right there. He
No
just takes
question.
a shot. Totally unnecessary.
Roughing the passer, the preliminary signal.
Roughing the passer. Defense, automatic first down.
So Dennis Erickson has to wonder about how smart his team is playing as Darren Smith way late on that one. First down, 1st and goal at the 9.
You can teach a player how to run and when to run, but you can't teach him judgment. He has to learn that on his own.
Triggs split out to the top of the field. 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter. 10-7 Miami. Russell White, first time we've seen him handle the ball since the 99-yard kickoff return. Russell Maryland was there to make the stop.
Tripped up by Maryland.
Gain of 4, 2nd and 6. White was sensational in high school, gaining almost 6,000 yards. From the 7, 2nd and goal. Caldwell goes in motion for the Golden Bears. Pulaski broke it up in the end zone. Good coverage that time as Pulaski tried to go to Simeon once again. Brown and Williams there. There's Brown.
I'm impressed at this point in terms of the velocity that Pulaski has on the ball. He doesn't have a lot of room to get the ball in here, but he does manage to put some zip on it, get it in between the backers, and the receiver had the chance to make the catch on that one.
We understand the injury to Mike Sullivan is an Achilles tendon, not the back as we had projected earlier. 3rd down, and again, if they don't get it, they'll try Robbie Keane. Trips formation. Blitz coming. He got rid of it to Simeon. To the 1. It'll be 4th and goal there. Armstead stopped him. What do you do now? Do you go for it or kick the field goal?
I think you kick the field goal. I think this is too big a ball game. I think you send your people in and kick the field goal. This defensive line has done a great job of stopping people.
They're going to go for it. This is a major play in this early part of the game. Pulaski, White, touchdown.
Down low. They decide to go for it. They give it to White. Great block on the outside. White just uses power to turn it up and bull his way into the end zone. Big play. The second big play of the ball game for Bruce Snyder's football team.
So on 4th and 1, Snyder has confidence to get it, and number 4 can make you a lot more confident. 13-10, California.
Keane will attempt the extra point. Pulaski will hold.
Robbie Keane, the point after. And Keane hits it. It's 14-10 in favor of the Golden Bears. We have a football game. Anticipating a crowd maybe maximum of 55,000. The way this California team's played thus far, their attendance is going to soar.
So, those people who are not at this ball game are going to be mad at themselves sitting at home if they're just watching and saying, well, I had tickets and decided not to go.
So the turnover, they capitalize on it. And California with a 14-10 lead.
Certainly going for the field goal is a conservative approach. And maybe that's why Bruce Snyder didn't go for it. He just decided, if I can get up on them, let's get up on it, keep our kids high, keep them confident.
Chris Noonan will kick off for California. Johnson and Williams will go back deep for Miami. Noonan to Johnson. Johnson skips out across the 25 to the 27. Next Saturday, we have an outstanding doubleheader lined up here on ABC. The first of the two will be UCLA going to Ann Arbor to beat Michigan, and then top-ranked Notre Dame against Michigan State. Many people feel that George Perlis' team is going to be a lot better than anyone thinks.
First and 10, Miami from the 27.
From the 27, that's where Miami will start it. Searcy now has moved to left tackle, replacing Mike Sullivan. Hand off to Conley, and Conley breaking tackles to the 35-yard line, a gain of 8. Conley, pound for pound, they say, is their toughest football player.
Moving up on that offensive line since Sullivan is out is Mario Cristobal. So that gives two brothers a chance to play together. Number 59, Louis Cristobal, is playing guard, and his brother is number 72, Mario, playing the tackle.
Darren Handy, a starting guard a year ago, will snap it. 2nd and 2. Conley. And that'll be enough for the first down before Castle Redmond met him helmet to helmet. Redmond had 14 tackles last week. So the Hurricanes with a first down at the 38-yard line. Coming into this game, you wondered if Cal was just talking bravely or whether they could make a game of this. Thus far, they're backing up what they'd said all week long. Conley in motion. Erickson, a little bit of trouble. He's going to take off. And he gets 5-6 yards on the play. Dwayne Odom, number 95, over there to make the stop.
Bad sign, Gary. When the quarterback drops back to pass, he starts to run, backs up, changes his mind, then takes off again. You have to be very decisive. He's looking downfield, no one's there. He's getting pressure enough. He starts to run, changes his mind, then he takes off again. And this is not a great field to slide on.
2nd down at 3, you should know. Randall Hill has a first down catch and getting more inside the 45 of California. Odom again making the stop for the Golden Bears. Thrill Hill, they call him.
Thrill Hill walking through the valley of death, it seemed like they're raising his hands as if he scored a touchdown while in the midst of the Cal defense.
Just inside the 45, first down, 3 receivers to the top of the field. Single back. Conley is that single back, and he'll take the handoff. And he is hit from the backside. Excellent reaction by Odom. And Odom, along with this guy Redmond, really playing a good game for California. They run so well.
If you're looking at these two teams and trying to compare them, you just have to watch the speed. We know Miami's got a fast football team. What Cal is finding out is that they've got enough quickness on their team too. Odom comes from the backside here to make this tackle. That's a tremendous effort by any ball player.
And we have completed the first quarter, and Cal has a 4-point lead. We'll be back. I'm Gary Bender. We begin quarter number 2. California leading it by 4, 14-10. 2nd and 10 now for Miami at the California 44. Movement. Joel Dixon made contact. Was he drawn off? There's Joel, out all of last year for Cal.
We'll take a look at it again. He jumps across. Both offensive linemen move.
Well, here's the problem. Oh. It's against Dixon. But what I started to say, see, Dixon had part of his name knocked off the back of his jersey, but started to say you move that offensive line around, you can't have those false starts.
Oh, you certainly can. You've got, again, as we said, Darren Handy was a guard before. He's snapping the ball at center. Louis Cristobal, Claude Jones, first time they're starting at their positions at guard.
Penalty, 2nd and 5. Completion to Carroll for the first down. To the 29. Let's look now at the first quarter stats thus far. A lot happened in that first quarter of play. The biggest, of course, the 99-yard kickoff return.
And the time of possession. I mean, this is good. I mean, you look at Miami, they're up a good 2.5 minutes on Cal in terms of time of possession, but Cal is staying with them. they're getting points out of their drives, and they're holding on to the football, not making the big mistakes.
The one turnover leading to Cal's touchdown. Erickson to Randy Bethel, the tight end. First down to the 13-yard line.
Erickson's pass complete to Bethel.
Bethel's been a big play guy for them.
Tackled by Odom. Sanders.
8 of his 26 catches coming into this year went for touchdowns.
At the 12.
First down just outside the 12, a 16-yard gain. Miami trying to take the lead for the third time. Kevin Williams now in at wide receiver. Split to the top of the field. Movement again, and Dixon made contact, but see who's guilty this time.
Defense is being drawn off, maybe by the snap count. I don't think the offensive line is doing anything to draw them off. Take a look at the left side. Dixon just runs up.
First down.
Touches the shoulders of Mario Cristobal. Makes that contact, gets the flag.
So the penalty makes it 1st and 5 now. At the 8-yard line is where Miami resides. Lamar Thomas spiked to the top of the field. Hill and Carroll to the near side. And now Erickson's changing the play. Wide open Bethel, touchdown Miami.
Complete to Bethel for the Miami touchdown.
So what he checked to certainly worked.
He lines up, and here's where experience pays off. He sees the blitz. He brings in more people, his backs, for extra blocking time. He gets his tight end on the outside, a very simple route, and it's a touchdown. That's intelligent football.
16-14, Huerta comes in to attempt the point after. And Carlos gets it, and it's 17-14. So the 10th-ranked Hurricanes, for the third time in this game, have the lead. The view of San Francisco Bay, just a spectacular day. Miami with a 17-14 lead. Huerta, the kickoff. Russell White, and he's going to down this one. This is just a beautiful place to be, the Campanile on the University of California campus. People yesterday just kind of lounging around from class to class. I don't think you can have a better day weather-wise than it is here. Northern California has done itself proud for this game. So Pulaski will come in. Amazing stat, Lynn Swan. Erickson has not missed on a pass. He is 12 of 12. He threw one incomplete, but it was a penalty that erased it. And so 12 of 12 in this game.
And we have not seen a punt by either team so far.
Cal from the 20 will start the series. Pulaski, Triggs overthrown. And another flag at the line of scrimmage. There's that last drive. California guilty of holding. That's the drive culminating in the 7-yard touchdown pass to Bethel, who has 9 in his career. So Cal going to have the bad field position. Officials having a lot of discussions here in this first half of play.
Holding, offense, still first down.
So Snyder now is going to have a 1st and 20 from the 10-yard line. Caldwell comes into the game. Anthony Wallace will lead. Simeon split to the near side. Triggs to the top. Pulaski, this is Caldwell, and Caldwell across the 15 to the 16, so they get some of that back. Caldwell having some problems with an arch problem.
See, Caldwell's a man in the slot. He just comes out, trails off behind Brian Triggs, and stops zone coverage. The cornerback just went a little bit too deep. It was Ryan McNeil, number 47.
They talk about Caldwell being so mature, even though he's a redshirt freshman. And now the officials stop it again, and a discussion going on as to where the ball's supposed to be. They're going to move it back about a half yard. 13:39 left in the first half. Miami with a 17-14 lead. A lot of fireworks in this game. Cal thus far playing Miami very well. Triggs in motion. Pulaski and Granderson, the tight end, makes the catch to the 20.
He's getting a tremendous amount of time to throw the football. Miami is only rushing 3 people. Even when they're in the situation, they've got 3 wide receivers they're working against, like in the play before. They will not substitute because they feel like their linebackers, their outside backers, can run as fast as almost any of their cornerbacks, so they match them up on the wide receivers.
So it's a 3rd and 10. Well, Miami had to replace that entire defensive line except for Russell Maryland. Pulaski, pressure coming from Maryland, got it off to Anthony Wallace. He makes a nifty move, and he's got a first down because of it.
Great play. They send 4 people this time, Gary, running a little game to get the added pressure on Pulaski that they have not been getting in previous downs. You see number 67, that's Russell Maryland putting pressure on the outside, and the little dump off before he's hit by Mark Caesar. Then after that, it's just a great play by Anthony Wallace to stretch it out to the first down.
Just got enough first down across the 30. That shows you something about Pulaski. Dangerous pass. Simeon's got it. And then fumbles the ball, but it's down. It's ruled down. That was one of those that you thought for a moment was going to be picked off.
Oh, absolutely. As you said, dangerous is the correct word. He throws this from midfield all the way to the sideline. The receiver is standing flat-footed, waiting for the ball. That's a second mistake.
Well, I don't know. I think that ball came loose, don't you? Before
Yeah,
it was
that looks
down?
like a fumble.
Ryan McNeil made the stop, but they ruled him down.
There is no replay in college football.
Thank heavens. 2nd and 4. Little editorial comment. 3 wideouts. Zumwalt. Boy, he explodes across the 40 to the 41. Jesse Armstead was there to make the stop on Zumwalt. He's got a brother, Eric, who's a true freshman playing in the secondary. So Cal is moving the chains. First down to the 41.
Gary, even if they don't score here, this is a very important and impressive drive. They were backed up 1st and 20. They move it from the end zone. If they don't score, they at least punt it away and don't have bad field position.
Keep their defense off the field. Pulaski back on first down, going deep. The ball not well thrown. Triggs goes up, incomplete. It was underthrown. It was fluttering. And we have maybe a roughing the passer. Pulaski shaken up and limping. He says he's okay, as you can see. Let's wait and see what this is all about. Cal's backing up, so it's on them, so it was not roughing. That ball kind of got away from Pulaski.
Holding. Offense. Still first down.
I think what Pulaski wanted to do was put that ball more up to the outside. You see him dropping back. They've been nickel and diming him all day long. He's looking for something big. Oh, that's why he's limping right
Yes,
there.
sir.
That's Maryland that came in on that left leg and just caught him. And Maryland was a man who was being held.
So he got there anyway. That could have been a very dangerous injury. 1st and 20 now at the 31-yard line. White goes nowhere. Big defensive stand that time.
We're going to have to watch Pulaski and see how he reacts to that. You know, he scrambled and gotten away from some defenders in critical situations. If that leg starts to bother him, it takes away one of his assets.
Cal last week had 13 penalties, already 6 in this game. From the 28, they go backwards. It's 2nd and 23. Pulaski seems to be all right. He's shaken off the way his leg was bent. He's a tough guy. He is one of the tougher quarterbacks you're going to find. And they love that mentality. He's going to take off. Coming up was Maurice Crum to make the stop as his forward progress to the 36-yard line. Still a long ways, about 13 yards to go for the first down. Crum, the last 2 years, leading Miami in tackles.
Had an interception last week against BYU. Recovered the fumble. Very active.
3rd down, 16 yards to go. Pressure coming. Complete to Triggs. That little slant, they call that golden fire. And then they come inside. It scored a touchdown last week against Wisconsin, but Miami's been watching that on film all week long.
Yeah, it was Triggs who scored the 31-yard touchdown against Wisconsin. And it was also Triggs who set up that 4th and 1 situation on the same play.
Robbie Keane comes in to punt the football. First punt of the game. That's last week against Wisconsin. Wesley Carroll back for the Hurricanes. Not hit very well, but they're going to get a bounce. It hit a Miami player. It's picked up. Running into the end zone is David Wilson. Touchdown.
He cannot advance the ball.
One official indicating touchdown, the other one saying no, you cannot advance it as they bring it back.
If it were to hit him on the fly, Gary, without touching the ground and then recover it, he could run it into the end zone. But the ball's bouncing. Watch it right here. Right in his, right there on the shoulder, right off the shoulder and down. Now that it's touched by the offensive player, defensive player can recover it and have possession, but he cannot advance the ball because it touched the ground.
And so a major break for California. It was not a good punt, but it ended up being an outstanding opportunity for the Bears. It was David Wilson who picked it up. Burley Brown was the guy who made contact with the ball inadvertently.
This is the 3rd time a mistake has led to a maintaining possession and drive. One for each team. 2 for Cal, 1 for Miami. The previous 2 led the scores.
13-yard line, first down. Pulaski, corner pattern, Triggs, touchdown.
Audible to this play. Triggs on a fade pattern. Just fades away from number 16, Roland Smith, for the touchdown. Great concentration, looking the ball all the way into his hands.
Robbie Keane now for the point after attempt. Pulaski to hold. Kick is up. And now California with a 21-17 lead. Triggs with 4 catches, 40 yards, and a touchdown. Converting 2 turnovers into this football game into touchdowns. Now have a 21-17 lead. They call him Trigger. Trigger Triggs. Chris Noonan gets into this one. Johnson having trouble finding the handle, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line.
sideline for Cal. A lot of excitement. Everyone keeping the spirits buoyed up. They're playing tremendously well. Now look at the Miami sideline.
You know what's really interesting, Erickson has not missed on a pass. He's thrown for 186 yards, and they're still trailing.
Both offenses are playing well, but nobody's getting stopped.
Craig on target again, 13 in a row. By the way, the old record was by Benny Testaverde, 14, so he's one short. Testaverde with 14. That connection gives him 13 in a row. And yet, the Hurricanes find themselves trailing by 4. First down to the 32. So if he completes his next one, he ties Testaverde's record. Erickson with people in his face gets rid of it. Alex Johnson, the intended receiver. So that will mean he falls one short of the record. Testaverde 14 in a row. He did that against Oklahoma in 1986, so the Heisman Trophy winners record will still stand. 13 of 14 is Craig, 199 yards, 2 touchdowns. Randall Hill and a little mix-up there. Hardy covering.
Little mix-up. He probably should have gone outside to number 36, Lamar Thomas. And look at the first half possessions by Miami. A fumble, a field goal, and 2 touchdowns. Moving the ball down the field. Again, Miami's offense is playing very well. They're getting opportunities. They're controlling their offensive unit and their pace. The problem is, Cal's doing the same thing on the other side.
Third down 10. Erickson. Wesley Carroll makes a great catch at the 48. John Hardy stuck him, but Carroll with excellent concentration.
Carroll is a tough receiver. I was in a situation like this playing for Pittsburgh. The toughest hit of my life as the inside receiver, running a pattern just like that, and got hit at that moment. This time, for Wesley Carroll, he gets a moment to bring the ball into his body and protect himself.
To the 48-yard line. That gain sets it up now in the California end of the field.
Every time I see that play, Gary, I see stars all over again.
You wince, huh?
Oh, yes. And Carroll is shaken up from that play.
I can understand why. Conley breaks the initial tackle from Joel Dixon. Right hand and elbow seems to be the area of concern for Carroll. And he'll come right back into the game.
He's still on that sideline, just kind of pacing around. I think he wants to come back in there. You bring that ball in, Gary, to your body, you protect it, and very often that's where you get the helmet or the shoulder pads right on your hands and on your elbow, and it can be very painful. 2nd and 9.
Looks like Miami moved on the line of scrimmage. There's no penalty flag. Hill, he got that. How in the world did he catch that one? John Hardy made the stop. The crowd doesn't like the demonstration by Randall Hill after the catch.
Oh, they hate it. They hate it because his team's behind and he's jumping up and down like he's already won the football game. It's a great catch. He makes a great effort. And then the demonstration. But they got away with one there.
I want to tell you, Dennis
because there was
Erickson,
movement on that line.
There was left tackle jump, but Dennis Erickson doesn't like that. He's trying to get some of that demonstration stuff. First down. Lamar Thomas, he goes out at the 1.
That's a close one. I have to believe Lamar Thomas came back in the huddle, Gary, and said, the last 2 times you ran this play, you threw it to the inside receiver and I was open. You see him? He comes to the outside. He just blows his man away. It's man-to-man coverage with a free safety, and he just beats the coverage of Ron English, number 42.
35-yard gain. They mark it just short of the 1. So Miami comes right back. Erickson now 16 of 18, 264 yards. McGuire in the backfield, and he carries for nothing. Joel Dixon made the penetration. McGuire had a turf toe from last week. He hurt it against BYU, and he comes in for his first carry.
Joel, number 99. He's had some problems, some injuries, some ups and downs, but he comes in off the outside right there and make the hit on Steve McGuire, stop his momentum. Gives him a 2nd and goal.
2nd and goal, virtually no gain. McGuire again, and he's denied. 3rd and goal.
McGuire is a power runner. They keep giving him the ball. But by the time he gets to the line of scrimmage, the defense, it was number 30, 31, 37, Castle Redmond, coming in, making the final stop.
3rd and goal. McGuire, no, it's Erickson, keeps it for the touchdown. Beautiful fake by Craig Erickson.
That's a Hoover move. A little vacuum cleaner. He sucked them all on the inside, thinking he was going to hand it off, run straight up the middle, and he just kept going to the outside.
A seesaw game with Miami now with the lead.
Tough for a defensive line not to get geared up to drive in the middle to stop the big run. They're looking to make a big play, and Erickson just moves it to the outside.
Huerta in the point after. He got it. And now Miami with a 24-21 lead. 6:24 left in the first half. San Francisco, you can see why a lot of people left their heart in San Francisco, huh?
Well, I grew up just in that Bay Area, down the highway, down 101 in San Mateo. Played a couple of football games against teams in San Francisco at the old Kezar Stadium.
I did a game there years ago. Down in the Haight-Ashbury area.
Oh, yes. The center of the hippie cultural revolution, huh?
Right. Huerta now to kick off. 24-21 Miami. Simeon and Wallace back deep. Anthony Wallace has got it. Gets it out to the 22. I guess the question I have in you, Lynn Swan, can Cal continue to put numbers on the scoreboard? They're in a shootout right now.
I think they can because they've been doing it with a well-balanced attack. They have not been taxed physically in this ball game. The defense has been on the field a fair amount of time. The offense has been on a fair amount of time. They've been sustaining their drives. No one person has been pushed too hard. White comes in, runs a kickoff back for 100 yards, and immediately Snyder sets him on the bench to let him rest so he's back and fresh in the ball game.
Those are big numbers by Erickson. Grandison, the tight end, and he takes a big hit from Charles Barnes.
Pass complete to Grandison, tackled by
Barnes is upset. He has not been starting, and this week there was an article that he wanted to transfer if he didn't get to play more. Well, he made the most of that play.
He thought the coaches were going to have he and Darrell Williams go in and out quite a bit in last week's ball game. Instead, it was he and Hurley Brown who did the switching off.
Gain of a yard, 2nd and 9. Caldwell and Triggs to the top, to the near side is Simeon. Pulaski rolling, throwing under pressure, complete to Caldwell, breaks the tackle, first down. Pulaski's showing me something there. We understand that BYU now has tied Washington State in the fourth quarter. A lot of people feel BYU, after beating Miami, would finish unbeaten for the year, would not be all that tested, and then would be poised to claim a national championship.
Well, obviously, when you get up as high as that team was, as their quarterback Ty was, you put yourself in a position of getting back down to an emotional slump.
First down at the 39. Oh, Wallace is hit, and I mean hit, by Mark Caesar. Anthony Wallace, the junior college transfer. There's Caesar. He didn't start the game. He's been having some problems with a shoulder.
Stop by Maryland.
Second down, 11 yards to go.
38.
Russell White now comes in the backfield, replacing Wallace. This guy's not doing a bad job himself. Pulaski in a lot of trouble. He just throws it away. Tried to roll, and he rolled right into the rush. Shane Curry in particular.
Well, the rush from Miami was coming up on the ends. Both of them were coming upfield. They weren't really looking to pinch down. He rolled into pressure, and then he had pressure coming back from the backside. He did a good thing in just throwing the ball away.
3rd and 11. Caldwell comes back in. Coming out is Brent Woodall. 4.5 minutes left in the first half. 24-21. Miami with the lead. Pulaski, pressure coming, and he threw it off balance, intended for Triggs. He had a lot on that football, and he gets up limping again. Looked like he got himself in an awkward position again when he was tackled.
Take a look at him as he drops back. A little play action, trying to hold the secondary and that defensive line. And he steps up. Here comes the pressure.
Eric Miller. Miller hit Ty Detmer and dumped him last week. Keene with his first punt of 38 yards goes back inside the 25, and that's Wesley Carroll. This is a much better punt. Carroll inside, fumbles it again, and California's got it. Jody Graham was there first. It looked like he had it. They still haven't pointed either way. Now Miami says they've got it.
Miami recovers.
I've often wondered what goes on in a pile like that.
Well, they're trying to take the ball from each other. That looks like Graham has it all the way. How can he not have it?
I don't know. I don't know. You know, that's what I've always said. Once you get in a pile, it's the strongest survive, and they come away with the football.
That ball,
there it comes out. Good replay,
loose.
guys. Excellent replay.
Loose.
So Miami certainly dodged some problems there. From the 13, Erickson. Wide open is Carroll. He's out of bounds, but he caught it before he went out of bounds at the 46. Carroll was absolutely by himself.
It's a completion. You take the yardage, it's good. But this should have been a touchdown. Craig, look how wide open he is. Craig shouldn't throw that ball so far out. He should put it in there, bring him back to the inside, so that going out of bounds is not a question. Carroll would still be running today.
Instead, it goes for 33 yards at the 46 now of Miami. Conley goes in motion. Erickson got time. Far side, Randall Hill thrown away from him. John Hardy defending on the play. Coming up at halftime, we'll be bringing you the Prudential Halftime Report. Roger Kleibel will present the day's scores and highlights. Beth Ruiak will report on the problems being faced by juniors who entered the NFL draft, in particular Brad Gaines of Vanderbilt. And also, we'll have this week's Prudential Play of the Week. 2nd and 10 for Miami. Now changing the play is Erickson. Conley comes out of there to the 40 and still on his feet to the 35. Boy, is he quick. So he changed to a play, checked to a new one, and it worked.
What you love to see in the running back is speed and power. He checks off. He sees a big splits on the defense. Look at the blocks right there. They just open up a nice hole for him right there. Then he gets some moves downfield. Power and speed.
19-yard gain to the 35.
Here we go.
Erickson to Conley again, and this time storm down. Check that, Alex Johnson. Red Hall was there. Also there on the play was Cornell Collier. And we have a man down for the Hurricanes.
That is the worst possible news for the Hurricanes if it's an offensive lineman, because they are not deep on that offensive line.
Well, it's going to be Alex Johnson, the ball carrier, not an offensive lineman that's shaken up. So Johnson will come out of the football game. We've had a lot of offense in this first half. Look at that. Miami with 343 yards. Now we still have 3:21 left in the first half.
It points out that they've had the ball deep in their own territory, but they've had to march the length of the field.
2nd and 10 now for Miami. Carroll and Hall, I should say Hill, splits to the near side. Thomas to the top of the field. Conley comes in the backfield. Erickson, Carroll the intended receiver, and Erickson saying, hey, wait a minute, I expected you to make a different cut than you did.
Yeah, the receivers are coming back with their hands up in the air. These are the problems you have when you lose your first ball game, when the expectations are great, when you think, in some cases, maybe if you just walk out in the field and execute, it'll just happen for you. You know, no big deal. When you start getting people looking at each other, trying to put the blame on someone else, it really starts to tear up inside.
3rd and 10. Again, he's changing the play. Blitz coming. He got rid of it, and Carroll's got it for the first down. Oh.
We'll take a look here. Down low on the field. You see the pressure. He knows what Carroll's supposed to be. He gets the ball out there. That's David Wilson, 25, who made the hit.
Carroll now with 11 catches, 169 yards. From the 24, first down. Three wideouts to the near side. Kaczynski, the tight end, knocked out of bounds at the 11-yard line. David Wilson over there.
Gary, that offensive line is responding very, very well. They're getting a lot of pressure in the middle, but they just seem to be able to hold it, giving Erickson the time he needs.
First down at the 11-yard line. Three wideouts to the near side. 2:54 left in the first half. Conley close to the 5-yard line. John Belli was the nose guard leading the charge. It'll mark it just short of the 5-yard line. There's Belli. He's kind of the anchor of those guys up front. Senior out of Fresno. Conley comes out. McGuire comes in at running back. 2nd down, 5. McGuire, and he's able to fall inside the 5. It's going to be 3rd down. Still a good 3 to go for a 1st and goal. Castle Redmond made the stop along with Rhett Hall. McGuire out of Brooklyn. And now we're going to have a timeout called by California. 1:50 left. Well, the University of Miami, a long trip from Coral Gables. Let's go back and visit that campus. 24-21 lead. They have a 3rd down and 3 to go. They can pick up a 1st and goal at the 1-yard line. California asking for the timeout. Thomas, Hill, and Carroll split out. Quick slant, Hill, touchdown. And the fans are not going to like that.
For the Miami touchdown.
And guess what? Hill doesn't care.
I guess if you can make moves like that, you can dance after you score, right?
Well, the one thing he's doing is dancing after he does accomplish something. And this is the touchdown here he's been looking for. I actually saw them practicing their dance moves in the end zone yesterday. And they have quite an array of moves depending on who scores.
Huerta on the point after. So the biggest lead of the game. A 10-point lead for Miami.
Here he goes. Real Hill.
What is the name of that dance step?
I have no idea, but it must be snapping something.
4-yard touchdown pass. That was an 87-yard drive in 10 plays. Now it becomes critical for California to start getting something going offensively. Here is Tightwad Hill.
Well,
why would they call it tightwad? What do you think, Lynn?
Of course, starving students don't want to pay to get a ticket to come into the ball game, or people who live in the community.
Well, you know, you get a little shade over there. Take your girlfriend with you and have something to eat.
Just get blanket, picnic basket.
Yep. What a setting, though. Tightwad Hill and Strawberry Canyon. Huerta, very short kick this time. Anthony Wallace. And Wallace hangs on and takes it to the 27-yard line. Herbert James made the stop. Well, that last drive, again, very impressive. Offensively, Miami's done nothing but be impressive.
I think their experience is coming through, Gary. Even though they're in a tough contest, they're up by 10 right now. They know if they keep playing, moving ahead, they'll be okay.
Russell White back in at the running back spot, along with Zumwalt. Triggs, first down, he gets out of bounds, stops the clock. Darren Smith made the stop.
We'll take a look at the possessions for California in the first half. 2 punts, missed a field goal opportunity, but you see the 2 touchdowns right there. And the third, of course, coming on the 99-yard kickoff return by Russell White. Look for them here, Gary, to keep the ball to the outside near the sidelines, trying to use the clock. 1:32 seconds left in the first half.
First down, short of the 40. Pulaski feels the backside pressure. And on target. Triggs again. Hurley Brown there to make the stop. Looks like they may go without a huddle. They are. Cal goes to the line of scrimmage. You can see California with the 2 timeouts left. That ball goes out of bounds, but it'd be ruled a completion. Zumwalt had it knocked away.
Yeah, that fumble was a good move. He picked up about a half yard on tossing it out of bounds. Take a look. There's the catch. He'll get hit. The ball pops loose, and he picks up a half yard. Maurice Crum. It's the man who hit him.
A little dangerous, but he got away with it.
Well, if you do it on the sideline, it's a perfect place.
Second down and 6. 39-yard line of Miami. 1:15 left in the half. Pulaski again hits White. White goes just short, it appears, of the first down. Stops the clock at 1:09. Crum runs him out of bounds.
One of the moves he made just there was bad because he had, again, he's not in game condition yet, okay, because he played off a year. he's worried about staying in bounds. He should have just dove for that marker to pick up the first down instead of roping the sideline.
I think this guy's a keeper, though.
Oh, definitely.
3rd and a yard. And movement. Russell Maryland firing off, and he was drawn off. Boy, does that change it. Now it's 3rd and 6.
Third and 6. Forget about the clock. You want to get that first down. If Miami defense gives them the middle of the field, they'll take it right here.
Simeon splits to the near side. Caldwell in motion. Pulaski, everybody coming after him. He gets away. And almost intercepted. That was Robert Bailey on the near pick. And again, Pulaski showing his mobility.
It's almost like they were baiting him to throw the football. You see Triggs coming across here. Now, defensive back, he's looking at him. He's looking at him. He's looking at the quarterback. He judges it. Boom, jumps right in front of him.
Now Robbie Keane will come in and attempt the field goal. He's hit one from 55, which is a Cal record. He was kicking him from 58, 60 yards. Distance seemingly of no big obstacle to him. And he felt very good about one of this distance. It's going to be a distance, and now a timeout called. It'd be a distance of 57 yards. Now Pulaski using Cal's second timeout.
There was 4 seconds left on the play clock, and they would not have gotten that field goal attempt off in time.
Missing from 33 earlier was Keane. He told me one time he kicked one 68 yards in practice.
Oh, yeah, he says he feels very comfortable kicking them from the 40-yard line, from the 50-yard line. And, of course, you tack on the extra 10 of the end zone, and he's kicking 60-yard field goal.
Well, this will be a 57-yarder. It'll be a new Cal record. Well, let's switch sports for a moment. Look at this. The Mets now one game out with the Pirates playing tonight. 4-2 the final.
Go Barry Bonds.
You guys from Pittsburgh. And Toronto defeating Baltimore. They're 2.5 back of the Red Sox. And the Red Sox meet the Chi Sox tonight. Boy, the Red Sox have been struggling lately. So that one's certainly not over. So we're going to have a 57-yard attempt, which will be a new Cal record if he hits it. 1:01 left in the first half. Has this been an entertaining first half?
It was very entertaining first half, and people were thinking, and let's be honest, we were worried about this Miami team getting on track, coming in and scoring 28 points in the first quarter. And this Cal team has stayed with them on offense every step of the way. But some adjustments have to be made defensively for both teams at halftime.
Pulaski to hold. Keane's kick. It may have been, I don't know, deflected or not. There's a penalty flag. Ball didn't get up very well.
The referee is saying that he tipped the ball a little bit.
Break his foot. What's wrong?
But what's the penalty flag about?
There's no foul on the play. There were 7 men on the line of scrimmage.
7 men on the line of scrimmage.
That's California they're talking about.
Yes.
Count
See
them.
it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Huh.
You got to count the rear ends. You can't see their helmets.
I don't think I've ever heard that called before on a field goal formation.
I've never heard it called before.
So with 57 seconds, Miami's still thinking some more points. Roger Clybourne, the Prudential halftime report in New York coming up at halftime. Thomas and Hill flanked out. Erickson overthrows his man Hill. Even Hill couldn't get to that one.
Erickson's pass and
Stops the clock with 53 seconds.
Cal's defense, obviously their secondary, sitting way back. They've got 2 men very, very, very deep, trying not to give up the big play. But with the speed of the Miami offense, you have to be concerned with the receiver getting it on the inside and running it the distance.
There they are. They're horizontally spreading the field. On the 2nd and 10. Erickson over the middle. Carroll's got it. He'll try to get out of bounds, and he does, and he got the first down along with that. He knew where that forward part of the chain was.
Oh, absolutely. He was going backwards, racing for the sideline, used his speed just to get beyond the tackler and then dip it up. Now, when he went out of bounds, he limped into the sideline.
Yeah, he's taking himself out of the game. Now, there's the numbers. 9 for 181, and that's up to date.
Watch him here. He's running out. He dips under right here. That could be an ankle or the way he twisted that leg or a knee, anything.
Darrell Spencer comes into the backfield. First down, 45 seconds left in the half. Erickson, Chudzinski, rolling catch is made at the 31-yard line. He has been such a clutch receiver for Miami. 19-yard gain. Still with 38 seconds. And now a timeout is going to be called by Miami. The Canes asked for the timeout. And Miami wants to talk about it. And that gives us an opportunity to talk about this game. Kansas City beating Minnesota at home. A big win for Marty Schottenheimer's team. I tell you, Percy Snow has really helped their football team. Their #1 draft pick out of Michigan State, starting at inside linebacker. Denver looked very good in the preseason. Elway had a great preseason, but they really misfired against the Raiders.
Oh, they certainly did. I don't think in that preseason that terrible loss they had to the 49ers helped their attitude any coming into the season. But it's a divisional showdown. They really want to win there.
Hey, let's take this opportunity also, Lynn, to welcome the newest member to our ABC family of stations, WHAS-TV, Channel 11 in Louisville, Kentucky, or is it Louisville? They're now going to enjoy all of our ABC college football, basketball with us down there in Cardinal territory. It is Louisville. Here
Louisville.
in the Midwest. Louisville when you go down
Louisville, that's right. Louisville. We'll see you down there for the Kentucky Derby.
Just short of the 30-yard line now. Miami still with 2 timeouts remaining. 38 seconds left in the half. They have a 10-point lead, 31-21. Hill comes to the near side along with Thomas and Carroll. Hill makes the catch. He draws the crowd. His forward progress to the 16-yard line, which would be enough for the first down.
Well, he shouldn't celebrate so much because he just gave back 2 yards. He made the catch and then started backing up looking for running room. In this situation, you don't back up unless you're trying to get out of bounds, and he was not doing that.
First down, clock running now, 28 seconds left in the half. Erickson sideline, and no, Carroll was not in bounds. He tried to get 1 foot in, could not. That'll stop the clock with 20 seconds.
That's a close
I thought
call.
he had 1 in.
I thought he had 2 in. I thought he was just standing there. We'll take another look. Oh, that's a catch. Oh, my goodness.
The guy
That's an
was there.
NFL catch. He's got both feet in bounds.
Well, and the official was unobstructed with the view. Incomplete. Second down, 10. Erickson, incomplete. Lamar Thomas, the intended receiver. That was Dwayne Odom with the good coverage on the play. He had 13 tackles against Miami last year.
Terrific player, but that time, Lamar Thomas should have made that catch. He knows he's working into a crowd. He had a chance to make that catch and pull it into his body, and he failed to do it.
Third down, 10, 15 seconds left. Wow, BYU and Washington State are deadlocked. We'll give you that score. What a game that is in Provo. And now Erickson changing the play. He's got 2 seconds, 1 second. He got the snap just in time. And he hits Hill, and Hill is hit and separated from the ball by John Hardy. And the fans love it.
Hello.
There's what we're talking about late in the game.
And the fans love John Hardy, number 1.
33-yard field goal attempt now by Huerta. And that one is way left. And California is able to keep Miami from increasing their lead. 6 seconds still left in the halftime.
If nothing else, an emotional victory as you end the first half is not all bad for this Cal team.
Let me ask you something, Lynn. You were such a great receiver. Do you ever want to demonstrate like Thrill Hill does? Did you ever go through your mind?
A couple of times it crossed my mind, but those guys were bigger than me. I would never want to do that and get them madder.
Well, here's an interesting development. Harry Klein is coming at quarterback, the redshirt freshman from Malibu. I don't know if Pulaski's hurt or what. Or maybe they just want to have him take the snap and fall on it and kill the remaining time. That's what he's going to do. And so we have come to the end of this first half. What a first half. 31-21, Miami with the lead. Now, let's go to New York for the Prudential halftime report. Here is Roger Twibel.
Thank you very much, Gary. We've had a wild afternoon of college football, especially in Provo, Utah. We're going to update you on that Washington State-BYU game. Also, Brad Gaines of Vanderbilt, his story, the Prudential Play of the Week. All that coming up on the Prudential Halftime Report.
Back at Berkeley Memorial Stadium, where at halftime Miami is leading California 31-21. A lot of fireworks in the first half, Lynn Swan. It all started on a 99-yard kickoff return by Russell White after Miami had scored a field goal.
Whenever you expect Miami to play a football game, you expect great offense, but suddenly it was Cal. Number 4, Russell White. He is the nephew of Heisman Trophy winner from Southern California, Charles White. Runs in his family. He takes off. He's got 4.3 speed. He breaks it open for the 99-yard touchdown.
They made it 7-3. Then it was 10-7 and 14-10 after one quarter play. And then Greg Erickson hit Randy Bethel's tight end.
He lined up. He saw the blitz. He audibled, picked up the tight end, scored, made it 17-14. They're staying in the ball game.
Then a big turnover really helped California. This is Wesley Carroll trying to track down the punt. Instead, it hit Hurley Brown.
Well, he's trying to tell his people to get out of the way. Hurley Brown had no chance. He didn't even see the ball. Result was Cal scored after that possession.
And then it comes down to the very end of the first half. Erickson to Thrill Hill.
And Thrill Hill has been jumping up and down and gyrating all over the place after every catch he's made. He finally gets in the end zone. That puts him up 31-21.
Amazing first half for Craig Erickson. He's thrown for 370 yards. His career best is 424 yards a year ago against San Diego State.
Well, he was on the verge of the consecutive pass record, and he had 13 out of 13. He was hot and still is.
Cal trying to run the football, didn't do very well in the first half, 19 yards.
They tried to select some moments to run the ball. They didn't come across too good. I think they're going to try more in the second half.
So a lot of offense in the first half. We'll be back with the second half of this game as 10th-ranked Miami with a 10-point lead. The first half limbering up. You wonder now if Miami will kick away from Russell White on this kickoff as we start the second half. They're not going to kick it away from him, and White's got it. Up to the 20 and to the 21. Let's look now statistically at some of the leaders in that first half. Offensively, Pulaski, very good first half himself. Triggs, the big receiver. But we mentioned Erickson, 370 yards passing in the first half. And there's the total numbers, 423 after one half of play.
And you look at the rushing yards, 53 for Miami, 19 for Cal. Both of them wanted to establish running game.
Pulaski, the quarterback. Oh, down he goes. Looks like he got his foot hung up with the center. Or maybe the pulling guard. Let's look at field position. Well, here we go again. A little pushing and shoving going on.
Well, defensive player for Miami, when he got up, he dragged Pulaski for about a yard.
Flag is thrown. Look at this now. You can see how far Miami had to start many times. Their own 20.
Or California.
Yeah. Cal, I'm sorry. That's right. There they are. 20, 20. 10. You know, the interesting thing was the 2 turnovers really kept them in that first half of play.
They capitalized on them able to get the score. So Miami in the second half, I think they want to concentrate on not making mistakes, not getting the penalties.
Dead ball, personal foul, California. Dead ball, personal foul, Miami. Penalties offset each other, and it will be second down.
Well, the officials tried to establish control of this game early. A lot of discussions going on. Now we have offsetting personal fouls, so we pick up the second half where we started all this.
This is a game that is played emotionally for both these teams. But the important thing is to keep it in check, channel it in a positive direction.
2nd and 13 for the Bears. Trigg, Simeon split out. He wants to throw, gets it to Caldwell. It showed me some poise there, bringing it back down and throwing the ball completion to the 25. Picking up some of the yardage they lost. Crum on the stop.
Well, when you have a team that's so fast like Miami's, you try and make it work against them. The pump fake is designed to make the secondary and the linebackers pursue, go in that direction, then go back the other way, create a gap by the move, and then break it downfield.
3rd down now, 5 yards to go. Grandison, the tight end, comes into the game. Stussy still playing that guard spot, the redshirt freshman. Sumhold in motion. Pulaski with time. Grandison, who came in, makes the catch. First down. Darren Smith made the stop.
First and 10, California.
Grandison's known more for his blocking than receiving, but latches onto that one.
He's a former quarterback, and he's turned into a real good blocker as a tight end. Most quarterbacks don't like to block, former or present.
First down at the 35. Sprint draw handoff to Wallace. Got about a yard.
Timing on that draw was just bad.
Wallace had a lot of trouble with an ankle injury. Ian White sharing the tailback spot.
Gary, with all the passing, have you noticed there has not been an interception so far in the ballgame?
From the 36, second down, almost 10. Again, Pulaski having trouble out under center. Almost picked off. Roland Smith.
Miami is now starting to get good pressure. You see a little twist, a little game on the inside. But it's the outside pressure right there. Number 44, Shane Curry, that comes in and hurries the pass.
It looks to me that Pulaski's getting tangled up with Stussy, the guard. Tripped twice now, coming out from behind center. Nice catch by Trigg. He took it away from Roland Smith.
Excellent concentration. That's a big catch. Watch this. Number 16 is Roland Smith. By all rights, he should have it. Ball floats in. Perfect position. The ball goes right through his arms, right to Brian Trigg. That is a tough catch to make.
17 yards. They list him at 170 pounds, but I don't think he weighs that much.
Only if he's carrying a 20-pound weight.
Hand off to Wallace. Wallace inside the 45. Darren Smith made the tackle.
Here is where a Russell White, if he had played a year, could really help you. With his great running ability, if he could play a whole ball game, he'd have that speed, that threat constantly of breaking a big run from anywhere on the field. I think eventually Snyder wants to get him up to that kind of speed.
He's not in the playing field right now. Second down, 6 yards to go. Jeff Jones has come in at a wide receiver spot. Sumhold in motion, pitch to Sumhold. I should say Wallace. He maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Hurley Brown made the stop. Well, what was it Bruce Snyder said to us? We want to run the football late in the game.
That's right. We'll pick our moments in the first half. There's Russell White on the sideline. And he's healthy. I don't think there's anything wrong with him. Yeah.
But Wallace is a pretty good football player.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's a very talented football player. But I think you got to think short-term and long-term. The long-term is you got to get Russell White in the ballgame.
Triggs out, Jones in at wide receiver. 3rd and 6. Pulaski taking off. He's going to be short of the first down. Eric Miller caught up with him as he crossed the 40-yard line, about 2 yards short of the first down.
The Mike Pulaski we're seeing here now is not going to be the same quarterback at the end of the season. He's learning very well. The coverage is going to be great downfield. He's looking for a receiver, can't find one. He just takes off and he runs with the football. Excellent coverage by the Miami secondary.
4th down. Keene will come in and punt from the 45-yard line. 10:47 left in this 3rd quarter, and now we have a stoppage. Timeout, Miami. A little confusion on their punt return team. 31-21, the Hurricanes. A little confusion on their punt return team. Call timeout, and Keene now will punt the football.
I noticed something early in the ballgame when you punt it. Doesn't get a lot of pressure from the right side of the Miami coverage team. If I were him, I'd look at that right side. If they don't pressure him, I'd take off and run. But they may be too close to this end zone to try it.
Wesley Carroll goes back for the Hurricanes. They're going to get the football for the first time in the 2nd half. Hit it very high. Cal is down there, and they can't get to it. So the touchback. Bring it out to the 20-yard line. Dennis Erickson, when he coached at Washington State and Idaho, he had to rebuild programs. At Miami, he's got to keep it at that big level they've had, and he talked about it.
Well, it really is because there's not very much room for error. People don't have as much patience, so we just can't afford to lose very many football games, and we have a good program and a good team, and again, we've got to put last week in the past and come out today and play well.
Offensively, they have played extremely well. Erickson back. Randall Hill makes the catch at the 24-yard line.
And also keep in mind for Dennis Erickson, people will always say that team he coached the national championship is one he inherited. None of his players were there, so they will judge him on the player he brings in the future.
Erickson with 370 yards. He said the best he's ever had is 424. You know who holds the record?
Who?
A backup quarterback, Gino Torretta. Last year threw for 468 yards. Not bad to have a guy on the bench with those kind of numbers.
Not at all.
2nd and 6. Conley going nowhere because Red Hall made sure of that. I really like this guy, Red Hall. He plays full steam all the time. Red Hall, preseason All-American. He was a junior college transfer. Now look at the field possessions for Miami.
Well, the best field position has been the 39-yard where they missed a field goal opportunity. But you see the long sustained drives, on one turnover, the fumble.
3rd down and 8. Erickson overthrown, and they'll have to punt the football. Pretty good coverage that time by California. Jasinski, the tight end, the intended receiver.
Defense is picked up at the beginning of the 2nd half.
Brian Triggs will go back to receive it. And for the first time, Paul Snyder will punt. He's one of 2 Californians on this Miami team. Didn't hit it all that well. Almost hit the Miami player at the 50, goes out of bounds at the Cal 45. So the Golden Bears will have it. They trail by 10, a 33-yard punt. Hasn't. Boy, they've had some history, haven't they? George Myra. By the way, Kurt Gowdy Jr., who's our producer, his dad did that game in the Gotha Bowl. Yeah, Kurt Gowdy and the late Paul Chrisman. But look at this. Jim Kelly, Bernie Kosar, Benny Testaverde, Steve Walsh, Craig Erickson. Pretty good group of quarterbacks, wouldn't you say? Pitch comes back now to Wallace, and Wallace gets to the 49, and a late flag comes out. Eric Miller made the tackle.
Nice bit of picking his way through.
Let's go back to this.
These guys have been unbelievable. I mean, Kelly, when I saw him in the early 80s when he was playing for the USL, was just unbelievable. I thought, my God, how could there be another quarterback from that school as good? And Kozar comes along, and plays at Cleveland and continues to do a great job. Testaverde down in Tampa Bay now is remarkable. Big kid, the strongest, I think, of all the quarterbacks who's down there is Vinny Testaverde.
Waltz now with Dallas. He didn't have as good an arm maybe as some of those others.
Flipping, offense, still first down.
So
Mistakes.
California with a great opportunity starting from the 45 now find themselves back at the 30. Get the feeling, Lynn, that if they could get something out of this drive, it's going to be some football game.
Well, if we anticipated that if they could score in this drive, they'd be right back in it. They'd only be down a couple of points, and their attitude would be up, down by 3 points. But now they're looking at trying to get to Miami's 45 for a first down.
1st and 25. Caldwell in motion. Pulaski opened with Simeon, but he threw it behind him. Well, he was looking away, tried to change, and couldn't find it.
He had plenty of time to throw the football downfield, but this is one of the toughest passes in football. He's got to throw it with velocity and high enough to get beyond the undercoverage right there and get there before the secondary comes over. He just lofted it too high and out of bounds.
One of the few passes that Pulaski hasn't been very close or has connected on. 2nd and 25. Triggs and Simeon split out. Pulaski, he's got his man again. Triggs across the 40 to the 41. Still about 13 yards short of the first down.
Brian Triggs trying to give the Miami defense a little of the same attitude that they're getting from Hill. He comes down, drives his man back, makes a good catch. Curly Brown comes up for the tackle.
This guy weighed 149 pounds when he came out of high school.
And now he weighs 155, I think. There's no way he's 170.
3rd and 14. Mishandled snap there for a moment. Tough throw. And a flag. Looks like Michael Barrow may have hit Pulaski late. That's what it is. And you can see the coaches aren't happy with that.
Not at all. They get...
That is Ernie Rogers, the senior tackle out of Fontana, California, down.
Roughing the passer, defense, automatic first down.
Automatic first down. What a costly penalty.
We'll take another look. Right here, Mike almost loses the football on the snap. The defensive pressure is on the outside. He's rolling out a controlled rollout. He's looking for his receiver downfield who's supposed to turn it upfield but doesn't. And then the hit by number 56, Michael Barrow, after the ball has been thrown.
So the automatic first down as Rogers comes limping off, sets it up at the 44.
To point out, he's limping off and he's got knee braces on, but those braces are protective. Most linemen are wearing them all the time these days.
Darrell Pessler, 77, comes in to replace him. Pulaski gets it to the wide open man Granderson, but there's a flag on the play as he goes out at the 31. Andy Granderson caught up by Mo Crum, but let's see now. It's going to go against Cal.
They may have been holding Russell Merrill, and I saw him slipping, coming through on the inside. So this is what will kill a team, all the penalties.
Offense, still first down.
The holding penalty.
We'll take a look. You see Maryland coming to the inside. And he just threw it right in the middle. I couldn't see exactly who was being held.
Well, it's a makeshift line right now. Rogers is out of there. Westerman couldn't play today. Stussy and Pessler on the right side now for the offensive line. 1st and 20. Triggs is having all kinds of problems with the snap, not only in handling the ball, but coming out from under center, tripping over people. He's having to gather himself up so much. He has the poise to pull it off, but it's a dangerous situation for him.
Steve Gordon is a good center in terms of being smart, and he's a fighter. But frankly, the toughest thing for him is getting that snap down. It may be a connection just between his handling the ball back to the quarterback that's causing all the problems.
There's Gordon, 56. 2nd and 14. Here comes Wallace. Almost a big gain as Crum got a hand on him and tripped him up. That would have gone a long ways had he been able to avoid number 49.
He seemed not to have gotten his balance, so take a look at it down low. There's a hole there. He pops through. Getting some good blocking there. You see right there, he just grabbed and brought down.
Tackled by Crum.
3rd down, still 7, as again they're trying to climb out of a hole due to penalties. Simeon and Triggs split out. Zumwalt goes in motion, and again he goes down. That's becoming a chronic problem for California. They're going to have to punt the football.
You know, it's tough to see when you're looking at it from the side. I'm wondering if the center isn't stepping back or if the guard's not stepping over.
We'll
take a look. Watch his feet. He just gets him crossed.
Huh.
He just seems to get him crossed up.
So now Keene will punt. This is Carroll back deep. 6:47 left in the 3rd. Beautifully high, spiraling kick. And Cal's going to kill this one. Well, it's going to bounce up, and they're going to get it inside the 10. Beautifully done by Robbie Keene. 31-21, Miami. Miami leading California. They have the ball at their own 8-yard line. The Honda Scholar Athlete of the Week is brought to you by American Honda, who is proud to support amateur athletics. And this week's award goes to Greg Fry, the senior quarterback at Ohio State. Come from behind win last Saturday over Texas Tech, 17-10. He was 11 of 23 for 149 yards. And Honda will present a check for $2,000 to the General Scholarship Fund of Ohio State. Greg, a real leader. 3 years been the starting quarterback and a GPA 3.1. From the 8, Miami. 6:35 left in the 3rd quarter. And the Hurricanes with a 10-point lead. And movement by Dixon. He's had a tough time today, hasn't he?
He really has. And that's about the 3rd time he's popped up like that offsides.
Called him Dr. Doom. Out of football last year. Boy, Oklahoma's had 2 impressive wins.
Defense, still 1st down.
Well, Greg Fry led Ohio State to another win today. 1st and 5 now for Miami. Lamar Thomas split to the near side. Hill, Carroll to the top of the field. And Erickson showing his mobility and picking up yardage out to the 19-yard line, which will be enough for the 1st down. Bill Ayer over there to make the stop.
Tell you something about defensive schemes. You got to stay with your assignments and stay focused on what you're supposed to do. On that play, number 39, Jason Wilborn, he had containment to the right to Erickson's left. And what happened when Erickson rolled in, he was busy making contact with a player, following a blocker inside, and allowed Erickson the room to roll out.
3 receivers split to the top of the field as Erickson picking up the 1st down. Erickson again with Red Hall in his face, got rid of it. Good coverage by that secondary.
Secondary doing a great job of staying with him.
2nd down, 10. A lot of offense in the 1st half. Thus far, nobody able to score in the 2nd half of play. From the 19-yard line, 2nd down, 10 for the Hurricanes. again he has to get rid of it, and he's just finding nobody to throw to. Third down 10. John Belli, the nose guard, was putting the pressure up the middle.
Cal secondary, again, 2 plays in a row where they just blanket the receivers. He's looking downfield. He's looking right to left. He's looking at the man delaying, coming out of the backfield. He's got no one to throw to.
Understand that Ernie Rogers got kicked in the calf. He's okay, but Anthony Randolph, their wide receiver, is out for the game. 3rd and 10. Conley in motion. Erickson being chased by Red Hall. He just gets rid of it. That was an impressive defensive stand.
Joel Dixon, Red Hall, 99 and 57. He sends a lone back in motion. Everybody's in the pass pattern. He's got protection up front, but they've got people coming. There you see Hall coming in. Dixon was coming from the outside. He throws it away, avoiding the deep sack.
So 2 times Miami's not been able to move the football in the second half. Snyder hits relatively short punt. Triggs comes up and makes the fair catch. And again, California with excellent field position. This time at the 46 of Miami. Last time, the 45 of their own end of the field. 27-yard punt.
They must do something with this drive. They must come away with a touchdown or at least a field goal. They need to reactivate the intensity in this offensive unit.
Wallace, the running back, along with Tyson Tolles. Here's Wallace. Gain of 9. Robert Bailey made the stop.
Already, the running game in the second half has improved. They're picking up bigger chunks of yardage on the ground. If this continues, look for more successful play-action passing by Cal.
Second down. Let's make it 2 yards to go. Simeon and Triggs go split to the top of the field. Hand off to Tolles, the fullback. He fumbles the ball, and who's got it?
I thought he was already down.
Miami recovering. Tolles fumbled the ball last week against Wisconsin. And so the Hurricanes will get it at the 35-yard line.
We'll take a look at the replay. I thought he was down, Gary, before the ball pops loose. We'll take a look at it. 29, Tyson Tolles takes it on the little inside trap. No, he wasn't down. He got his hand on the ground to keep himself up, and the ball just popped loose. Anthony Hamlet, number 97.
What a
the man who
big
jumped on it.
opportunity escaping California. Miami from their own 35. 5:18 left in the third. 10-point lead for the Hurricanes. Erickson, Hill makes the rolling catch for the first down. And his theatrics that always follow.
At the California 48-yard line.
This play, very successful because the offensive line of Miami has done a great job of giving Erickson time. Look at it right here. It's a 4-man rush. They're blocking him, double teaming some of the people on the inside, giving each other help.
From the 48, first down. Erickson again. Carroll's got it. Fumbles the ball. And I think Cal has it back. He do. Castle Redmond comes up with it.
Mistakes are going back and forth. Carroll's trying to make a big play, but right there, the right hand of Ray Sanders, when he comes in, just knocks the ball loose. Redmond is there to pick it up.
So these back-to-back turnovers gives Cal the ball at the 35. Pulaski goes down again. I just never have seen a quarterback have that much trouble coming out from under center.
This is an AstroTurf field. When it's very hot, very dry, the traction is unbelievable. I don't know what kind of shoes he's wearing, but he's got to, if it's just his footwork, he's got to learn how to pick his feet up. Now, he can't just slide back and forth like that. He's going to have to take the ball, Gary, turn his shoulders, and run back, not just backpedal.
It's a new turf, which might make it even a little more appropriate for him to do that. This time, play action. And he one-hops that one to Triggs. Second down. Make that third down coming up. 13 yards to go. Ryan McNeil defending on the play. What a different second half this is than what we had in the first half. Seemingly every time they got the football, somebody was scoring, and nothing has been put on the board here in this third quarter.
Or at least some kind of sustained drive.
3rd and 13. There's that little screen, that gold fire to Triggs, and he is buried about 10 yards short of the first down, and the ball has come loose, and Miami's got it. Triggs took a real shot and went down at the 35. It looks like Crum was the guy. What a pop.
The problem with having one play that you rely on so much is that the defense also knows it, Gary. They've run that play very well in the first half. They ran it well last week. This is a screen to the wide receiver. He's coming back inside, but look at the Miami pursuit coming over. Man, just Crum is just waiting for him inside.
Wait a minute. It looks to me like he was down and the ball came loose. And I think that's what Bruce Snyder thought.
That's what the official is saying.
It surprised me. I didn't see the ball come out until after he was down.
From the start of this ball game, the officials have been doing a lot of consulting on every call they make.
Have. Oh, that was awfully close. Now they're saying it's 4th down. So it was not a fumble. All right? It's not a fumble. Keene will go back and punt at the 21-yard line. Averaging 41 for the day. High snap, big rush. They almost got a piece of that one. Wesley Carroll. And eventually knocking him out of bounds is Jody Graham. There's a flag back at the 35-yard line.
Did you see what Wesley Carroll did? He caught it and almost stood there for a second, holding against Cal, as if he had called a fair catch. And it looked like the force man coming down eased up and didn't really go after him. Then he took off.
He got away from Dwayne Odom.
Offense is refused. First down,
They'll
Miami.
refuse the penalty. It was a 36-yard punt and a 23-yard return. So Miami will have excellent field position. 3:25 left to go in the third quarter. The line of scrimmage just across the midfield stripe into the California end of the field.
As a result of the exchange of turnovers and what frankly was not a great punt.
31-21, Miami. 3 receivers to the near side. Erickson Hill's wide open. Laying off of him is Hardy. Hardy finally catches up with it. Talk about a cushion. He was laying back on that one.
That was a tremendous cushion. They're playing a zone, but there was nobody pressuring the corner deep. The inside receiver is going across the field. Look at that cushion. He's got about a 10-yard cushion, bobbles the ball, and still almost gets away from number 1, John Hardy.
11-yard gain to the 38 of California. This time the trips formation to the top of the field. 3 wideouts. Steve McGuire and the Burley fullback to the 30-yard line. A gain of 8. David Wilson eventually dropped him there.
We'll see on this play. Number 36 gets pulled off. He doesn't get a chance to get reset. He's easily blocked, which gives the running team, gives Miami offense the outside. McGuire.
That was Cornell Collier, who you were just mentioning. Kevin Williams in at a wide receiver. Second down, 3 yards to go. Conley with a blocker ahead of him all the way to the 16-yard line. Dwayne Odom made the stop for California.
Conley, the ball carrier, tackled by Odom.
So Miami now getting their running game in gear. From the 16, with now 2:30 left in the third. 15-yard gain by Conley. Erickson, and it's out of bounds, incomplete. Trying to hit Lamar Thomas on the near side. Make that Darrell Spencer on the near side.
Looked like he may have anticipated a blitz that time. He was audibilizing. Then when he dropped back, he only had a 4-man rush. Everybody else was back in coverage.
Second down 10 from the 16-yard line. Thomas to the top. This time Carroll and Hill come to the near side. Hand off to Conley, and he's met in the hole. Chidi Ahanatu was the first there, number 72, Berkeley, California product. Also Al Kasner.
We'll take a look at it down low. Cal defense running a couple of games, twisting on the inside. And Chidi just twists right into the ball carrier and just rips him down. Conley didn't have a chance that time.
Third down, 11 yards to go. Erickson, far side, complete to Thomas. He'll be short of the first down at the 8-yard line. So it's fourth down coming up. And here comes Huerta.
Tackled by Odom.
Carlos Huerta, in his last attempt in this area, really hit one badly off his foot to the left. Fourth down, 3, as he will attempt now a 26-yard field goal. Gilmore to hold. And it's blocked. Cornell Collier's picking it up. Joe Moore caught him.
It's Red Hall that comes through and blocks the kick. The ball is bouncing, and you're just hoping it bounces into your hands. He doesn't even have to break stride. He continues. Cornell Collier down the sideline until he is run out of bounds.
That return will go as 29 yards to the 40-yard line of Miami. So again, California with excellent field position. Pulaski to Wallace. And very close to the first down. Early Brown made the stop on the play for the Hurricanes.
We anticipated that Russell Maryland, number 67, was going to be a devastating factor in this ball game. He was going against some guys who did not have the great experience, and we know how good Russell is. They have handled him throughout most of this ball game.
Gain of 9, 2nd and 1. Simeon goes in motion for the Golden Bears. Wallace again, first down. Russell Maryland made the stop. And they are running it like Bruce Snyder said they wanted to late in the game.
that the Hayward fault acting up?
Don't say that. They're stomping their feet here on the metal seats. That's what that roar is in the background. Rogers, by the way, has come in at right tackle again. He's returned. First down. Wallace. Diving to the 25. You wonder when they'll bring Russell White back. Wallace doing a very resourceful job as Maryland and Armstead on the stop.
Well, he's pounding the ball inside. He's reading his blocking exceptionally well. He's not trying to force something to the outside when he's not there.
Well, we're going to come to the end of the third quarter, and Cal is very much in this one. And I don't think a lot of people thought that would happen. They came in as 22-point underdogs. Little screen complete to Wallace, and didn't get much. There is a penalty flag thrown.
Stop for no gain.
Flag is down in the secondary.
Maryland.
Defensive holding.
Ooh. With 4 seconds left in the quarter, that is going to help the California Tide.
There it is. Damian running that Ryan McNeil 47 is a man who just grabs him. Damian Simmons downfield.
Ryan McNeil's one hanging on. Done a lot of traveling to Provo and here to Berkeley, and they've been very uncomfortable afternoons thus far. They get next week off, then they play host to Iowa.
Holding defense. That gives California first down.
First down, and the line of scrimmage, the 16.
What Dennis Erickson is learning is that when you're the defending national champion, there is no such thing as an easy game.
So what will possibly be the last snap of the third quarter, starting for the 16. Hand off to Wallace. Wallace getting to about the 12, and we've come to the end of the third quarter. Miami 31, California 21. We'll return with more college football action between Miami and California after this message and a word from our ABC station. Line as a backdrop, we begin the fourth quarter. 31-21, Miami with the lead, but California now, they 2nd and 6, operating from the 12-yard line of Miami. Blitz coming. Pulaski got rid of it. Armstead was a guy coming up the middle. Let's look at the third quarter. There was no scoring in the third quarter after that prolific first half.
It was a time for either team to step up and dominate this game. Neither team did.
Look at the time of possession. California over 10 minutes.
Seesawing back and forth, the block field goal, the turnovers.
3rd and 6 now for the Bears. 3 wide outs to the near side. Looks like they may be blitzing. Nope, they called it off. Pulaski throwing. Triggs has got it. I think he's short, though, of the first down. Armstead, Brown combining on the stop. They are short.
In the first half, they were short of the goal line. And instead of going for the field goal, they went for the touchdown.
And they got it.
And they got it.
Now here we go again. 4th down and a yard, and they're going for it. Maybe less than a yard. Big play. Big play. Pulaski falls down, but he got the exchange made, and they got it. He fell down, but got rid of the ball.
Unbelievable.
Wallace got it. First and goal.
There's a horseshoe in his back pocket, and it's straight up. Look, he's getting stepped on right there. He falls back. Before he hits the ground, he makes the handoff. His foot was just trapped. Under about 250
I think it is most of the time he's getting tangled up with the line route. And there was a good example of it, rather than his own lack of ability to pick his feet up. Boy, they're going to have to work on that before they play next week. First and goal. And now timeout is going to be called by California. So 2 fourth downs, 1 in the first, 1 here in the fourth quarter, and California got both of them.
Well, you said it early in the first half. Cal is becoming a team of big plays. The kickoff return, the 2 fourth down plays here. Very important right for them now. Just jump up on the scoreboard.
Well, Bruce Snyder has played this game the way he wanted to play. Pick and choose early and run late. Gives us an opportunity to remind you tonight's the night for the young riders as they saddle up on a Saturday night for the first time. It's a special 2-hour movie with guest star David Soul when the young riders move to Saturday. Tonight at 8, 7 Central.
Number 20 is at 8:30 a.m. on the Cal campus.
Don't forget, conclusion of this game, Len and I will be selecting the Chevrolet Player of the Game. Should say players, 1 from each team, and the line of scrimmage now the 3.5-yard line. First and goal. Chris Carpenter, the tight end of motion, pitch to Wallace. He loses yardage. Good reaction by Barrow. Now Barrow's the guy that had that costly penalty earlier.
Barrow and also number 23, Robert Paley. They came in, took some people out, forced the play in. You see number 23, Bailey, coming up, forcing it back in, and then Barrow coming in for the stop. Right now, what I think you want to do, Gary, is use the wide side of the field. You're getting a lot of people up. Get your blocking going to the right side. Roll out, give yourself an option to run and throw the football.
Second and goal now from the 7-yard line. Grunwald in motion. Pulaski sprinting that way. Someone broken out. Beautiful play that time by Crum. He can run like a defensive back, and you saw it there.
Broken up by Crum.
Perfect example of why Miami doesn't substitute the linebackers. He comes in, plays the ball extremely well because he's got the speed to stay with the running back.
They say he has radar in his helmet, and you can see why. Third and goal from the 7-yard line. 3 wide outs to the top of the field. Pulaski blitz. He got rid of it, but was really pounded as it goes incomplete. Crum unloaded on Pulaski.
That's why I said I thought they should roll the ball out. They're getting a lot of pressure on the blitzes coming inside. If he had rolled out, he gives himself a little time. You see the blitz. You see Crum, number 49, coming straight in, hitting him just as he was following through with the ball.
So Robbie Keane now will attempt the field goal. In the first half, he was 0 for 2, missing 33 and 57-yard attempts. This is just inside the 15. He probably counted as the 24-yard field goal. Well, they've moved back. 25. Keane's kick up and through. So Cal has cut it to 7. 31-24. We'll be back. Alcatraz, place you never wanted to be.
Well, it's available. You want to buy it?
31-24 after the 25-yard field goal. They assessed a unsportsmanlike 15-yard penalty on Miami after the field goal. So California now kicking off from the 50-yard line. Williams, Spencer back, Noonan to kick off. What'd you do, squib it maybe here?
No, there's
some trouble. I mean, just make it tough to handle, or do you just kick it out of the back of the end zone?
If they've given you an indication that they turn their backs, yeah, you go ahead and take a shot here. Well, I think with 12:58 left to go in the ball game, you kick it deep. Do not give Miami easy field position at this moment.
All right, 31-24. And he easily will put this one in the back of the end zone. From the 20, Miami will start. Well, got a chance now to look at some scores. USC having a tough time with Joe Paterno's team, fourth quarter. And Colorado now trailing Illinois. They were leading earlier in the football game. Arkansas having a pretty good easy time against Tulsa. Louisville, fourth quarter, leading Kansas. Howard Schnellenberger now coaching the Cardinals. Arkansas, we had that a moment ago, 21-0. From the 20 now, Miami. They have a 7-point lead, 12:58 left. Thomas and Hill split up. Changing the play is Craig Erickson. That one is almost picked up by Ron English.
Jason Wilborn, number 39, came in on the blitz, got a piece of that ball. Blocked it as just as Craig Erickson was letting it go. It's flutters to the air a little bit, and right there English tries to come in and steal it. Can't make the play.
Hardy may have kept him from intercepting.
Oh, absolutely.
His teammate. 2nd and 10. Joel Dixon's got him.
Number 99, Joel Dixon, a senior. He's being blocked, but look at the great arm strength he has. A one-handed tackle while he's falling down. Maybe the biggest defensive play of the game for Cal.
Well, that kind of makes him feel a little bit better after all those offsides.
And he's losing his name in the process.
Yeah. Loss of 13, 3rd and 22. And coming back with a rolling catch is Hill. He's short of the first down by 2 yards. Well, they got that back in a hurry.
Well, you know, it was Randall Hill against Notre Dame last year when it was 3rd and I think 44. They threw him a pass, and he made the 44 yards. They went on to win that game.
A gain of 18, the 4th and 3.
There now is a correction. Illinois is leading, but by 1 less point. Snyder to punt the football. Triggs going back at the 31. And tackle there. Good open field tackle by Randy Medeiros, who is also the snapper. 31-24, the Hurricanes. A flag thrown late. A penalty assessed against California, moving the ball back inside the 15-yard line. The penalty flag was clear back near the midfield stripe. It was a pushing out of bounds violation. But you talk about late. Everybody was assuming their positions during the break, and then all of a sudden they walk up and say,
as the 3rd quarter was not a great football quarter for either team, this has not been a great game for the officials.
Snyder's hot. Understand that Russell White has had a leg problem. That's the reason we have not seen him at the tailback spot. We kept speculating why they didn't bring him in. So now after the penalty, it's 1st down at the 13. Wallace continues at tailback. He's got the football. Big hit laid on that time by Anthony Hamlin, junior out of Delray Beach.
Well, the defenses certainly have gotten fired up here in the 4th period. They're playing with a great deal more intensity and aggression. I don't know if at this point we're going to find out about Anthony Wallace. We know he's been able to run the ball well. We're going to find out more about his endurance.
So Russell White not available right now. So Wallace going at tailback. 2nd and 11. Pulaski hits his tight end Granderson to the 15-yard line. Still going to be 3rd down and still 7 yards to go. Charles Farms is over there.
Tackled by Brown.
There's Russell White. Just a tightening up with the leg, I guess.
Well, I mean, he runs 100 yards right off the bat. No one expects to do that on their first possession, the first time they touch the ball. He is just coming back from having set out a year because he's a Proposition 48 kid.
3rd down, 8 yards to go. Caldwell in motion. Look out. Pulaski got out of there somehow and gets rid of the ball, averting a long loss on that play. Darren Smith came pouring through. I don't know how Pulaski avoided it.
Well, avoiding it is kind of a secondary issue at this point because that's a 3rd and long situation, and they didn't complete the pass to pick up the 1st down. So you have defensive backs coming through. John Hardy was coming in on the blitz. There's number 45 coming through, making the play.
So Keene now will punt from his own goal line. 10-10 left in the game. 7-point lead for Miami. Good snap. Oh, he mishandled it. And he's got it blocked. Being picked up. And Miami's going to have it at the 1-yard line.
Oh.
I think Hurley Brown eventually blocked it. You just wonder, in defense of Robbie Keane, how distracted he has been this week with a terrible tragedy involving his fraternity and the loss of a couple of friends.
The ball is right there on target. He just doesn't hold on to it. He does the right thing in trying to get it away. But unfortunately, the ball doesn't roll back into the end zone. If it rolls back in the end zone, you fall on it, it's a safety, 2 points, you're pointed away. Now, because they have it on the 1-yard line, they're in a position to score 7.
Brent Woodall recovered it, but Miami gets it at the 1-yard line. McGuire, touchdown.
We'll take a look. Steve McGuire, number 30, getting the call. Basic football. Offensive line fires out, just creating enough of a gap for him to get in and score the touchdown.
Where to point after attempt coming up. Joe Moore to hold. So it's a gift for Miami, and they capitalize on it. 38-24. Miami, 9:57 left. 38-24 Miami. Line drive. Eventually picked up short. California bringing it out to the 25-yard line. Amazing thing about that last play is that it was Brad Ralston, the linebacker, on the up coverage. That last play, they might have been better off taking a safety on the play. And looking at the tape, it almost looked like Woodall, Lynn Swan, was in the end zone.
Well, he had a foot in the end zone, but I believe the ball was just outside the goal line. And if he had been able to think quick enough, then he should have just stayed in the end zone. We'll take a look at it. The bobble. And when the ball rolls around, watch Brent Woodall. He'll pick it up. Now, see, he got the ball, and then he goes into the end zone. But the ball is still on the outside. He's stripped up and down.
The point being, though, if you had taken the safety, 2 points, then, of course, with the kick, might have been better off instead of giving up the 7. And now California really an uphill struggle starting from the 25-yard line. Ryan McNeil was shaken up on that last play for Miami.
Bring it home! Bring it home! Bring it on in!
Pulaski. Greg Zummel wide open. He had some running room.
One of the toughest lessons to learn for a quarterback, Gary, is touch. When you're standing in the pocket, giving a little touch on the football because someone's close to you. Now, when you're sprinting at the same time, it's even more difficult to control it. And that's something Mike is going to have to learn under fire.
Don't you think that should have been caught, though?
Oh, it should have been caught, but it should have been an easier pass to catch.
2nd down 10 across the 25 to the 26. 3 wideouts. Now they'll cut it to 7, then the major turnover.
Bring it! Bring it!
Pulaski in trouble. Mark Caesar was there.
Back at the 18.
We understand that Russell Maryland, who was having some problems with the foot coming into the game, has hurt his left foot in this game and will not return for the remainder of this one. 9:24 left in it. 3rd and 17 now for California.
The ball at the 19, where it will be 3rd and 17.
Triggs, Caldwell split to the near side. Pulaski needs some time. Deflected, but Triggs got it anyway. He is short of the 1st down, though, by at least a yard. Roland Smith made the stop. That ball had to be deflected, I believe.
It looked like it might have been.
Or tipped at least.
Triggs does a great job of concentrating on the ball. That's a 2nd time he's made a catch this afternoon that required great concentration. We'll see it again on the isolation. He's running an in route. The ball just comes in. He gets his body in front of it.
Well, it's 4th down, and they're going for it. 4th down.
And the face mask on the play. Roland Smith just grabbed it and pulled him down.
On 2 4th downs, they've gotten it. And did they get it here? I don't know. Wallace, the ball carrier, the ball coming loose, but then blown dead. Roland Smith leading the charge defensively.
So all the things called this afternoon, look at that. They missed this face mask.
Not been a good guy for the guys in the stripes.
He's waving off. No, I wasn't touching the face mask. Of course you were.
Now, they're going to measure to see if they got the 1st down. Wallace coming off very groggily. He's been shaken up after carrying the football. Boy, this is a big measurement here. It's either Miami's football or it's 1st down and just across the 35 for California. They didn't get it.
One chance too many.
Over 1st and 10 at the 35.
So the 3rd time is not a charm as far as California is concerned after converting on 2 previous 4th and 1s.
It's not the best play selection to make either. I mean, you got a situation where the defense for Miami is playing much more intensely. They're playing very aggressively. That defensive line is penetrating. Now you give them the ball deep in your own territory.
Hurricanes now from the 35, 8:24 left in the game. Erickson back. Carroll's got the ball and has the 1st down at the 20-yard line. John Hardy made the stop. Bethel comes out. Joe Moore comes in at tight end.
The one thing you don't want if you're from Cal to see at this moment is Miami to come out playing loosely.
The Trojans winning, not easily though, and Illinois, after being beaten by Arizona, beating Colorado. And off to Conley. Conley to the 15. Castle Redmond made the stop there. He'll be 3 yards short of the 1st down. Miami's had to make some adjustments up front. Offensive line, Mario Cristobal and his brother Luis now playing in that line. Sullivan started, had to leave. Claude Jones at the other guard. Handy still the center. Second down to Conley. No place to go. There's a flag at the line of scrimmage. That was John Belli, who was there to greet Conley.
We'll see several people on the defensive line on the left side jump.
Offside against California.
Couldn't get back, couldn't get out of the neutral zone in time.
Well, Cal's had some very costly penalties. They had problems last week.
Defense. 1st down.
UCLA, after losing to Oklahoma, Stanford played so well against Colorado.
Have a problem with the clock.
Yeah,
on
they
the
do.
Scoreboard. It just all the numbers disappeared.
Short-circuited, hasn't it?
Oh, the game's over.
3 hours and 8 minutes left.
California's ahead, 9-0.
Oh.
Don't be smart out. Put your hand in.
Well, it gives us an opportunity to look ahead a week from today. UCLA, as you saw a while ago, leading Stanford. They trailing 7-0. UCLA, Michigan. Michigan, the 4th-ranked team. That's 12 o'clock Eastern. And Notre Dame, Michigan State. Fighting Irish against George Perlis's team. That's 3:30 Eastern. A doubleheader. UCLA was leading 7-0. Erickson, by the way, now has completed 30 of 45 passes for 457 yards. And the record, as we mentioned earlier, is held by his teammate, Gino Torretta. Last year, 468 yards.
That's when Erickson was injured. He was out for 3 ball games. Toretta came in, did a great job.
We've been told that the clock shows the correct time. Whether it will function from here on, that's up for speculation right now.
Well, both scoreboards were out of whack, and neither one of them were in sync. One had 9 points up for Cal. The other had the score at 1 apiece. Now, I've seen computers and scoreboards go down, but usually they report the same information.
Look at the penalties. He had 13 against Wisconsin, 12 today.
Oh, it's a killer. Takes you out of field position, takes away opportunities. But I think you create that when you get a bunch of guys in here who see that they can make some things happen, and they're trying awfully hard. Some people look at it and might think it's a lack of discipline. I look at Bruce Snyder and say, no, it's not a lack of discipline. He's trying to let these guys feel their confidence, feel their way through certain things, and let them play emotionally.
Well, California's earned some respect here today.
Oh, certainly. I mean, Miami's up by 14, but this has been a much closer ball game. They played physical. They played smart football.
Trouble with Cal, they have such a tough schedule. I mean, they're on the road seemingly all year long. Next week, they're at Washington State. Then they go to Arizona. Look at this. They're at Washington State, at Arizona State, at Washington, and USC this year. That doesn't leave very many home games, does it?
No, it doesn't.
Well, I don't know when we're going to get this one started again. They're still down there visiting. Let's look at Miami's schedule. Much tougher than a year ago. They have a week off, Iowa, then Florida State, Kansas, then they go to Notre Dame.
What they have to hope for is that Notre Dame stays undefeated and that they're #1 when they play them. So if they knock them off, then they'll legitimately or whatever claim that they should be #1.
Now there's the ats I was talking about. At Washington State, at Arizona and Arizona State, Washington, USC. Wow. The big game, those here. The game, as they call it. Stanford. Ready to roll now. On a first down, Erickson. And he just kind of tossed that one forward to Randy Bethel, gaining a couple of yards on it. Ron English defending on the play. Erickson's thrown the ball 46 times, a school record 52 a week ago today against BYU. Scoreboard apparently is functioning. Second down, 7. Thomas and Hill split out. He's looking to Conley. He's open. Touchdown. Craig Erickson connecting with Conley.
Erickson certainly throughout this afternoon showed his poise. He never once seemed to get flustered. Improved throughout the game in analyzing the defense and finding the open receiver.
With that completion and the point after, it makes it a 45-24 game. And Erickson now is 1 yard short of the school record for passing in a game. (45-24). Erickson, 4 touchdown passes, 467 yards. We were telling you before the break that he was 1 yard short of the record held by his teammate Gino Toretta, who passed for 468 yards against San Jose State. There he is last year when Erickson had broken the knuckle on his throwing hand. This is Simeon. And Simeon out to the 33-yard line.
And Toretta is warming up. Erickson is on the sideline. I'm sure Erickson has no idea he's 1 yard short of the record. Gino's warming up, and he may leave the school with that one record as his claim to fame.
Now, if I was a sports information director, I might run down and tell him.
On the phone, boost the stats for the Heisman Trophy race.
But Torretta looks like he's the next guy with 6:37 left. And now we have a new quarterback for California as well. Harry Klein has come in. Very exciting redshirt freshman. Outstanding numbers playing in Malibu, California. Hands off straight ahead. And Marty Holly gets his first carry of the game.
We should keep in mind that Klein has been sitting there. There's a tight race between he and Pawlowski as to who would be the starter. And they just felt that Mike Pawlowski beat him out fairly, squarely. And he started the game against Wisconsin and began this one.
Talk about numbers. He threw for 562 yards in a high school game.
Ooh, hurt me.
Jones and Simeon split out. 2nd and 6. Zumwalt in motion. Klein, nice catch is made just short of the first down by Woodall, the tight end.
Coming off the bench, as Klein has, you've got to be concerned, number one, about getting a clean snap from center. You've got to make sure that you're aware of what's been going on throughout the ball game. Mentally, he has to have been in this game from the beginning so he doesn't make the mistakes.
Coach has said this guy might be the future at quarterback for California.
It's a good move to give him some experience at this point, too. Give him some playing time.
3rd down and a yard to go. Taking it straight ahead. Harry Klein as the unpile. I think he got it, didn't he? How can you tell? Everyone in that vicinity. BYU had a scare again today, but they pulled that one out. And as we mentioned, USC winning. USC hopes to win their 4th straight Pac-10 title. It is a first down. If you're wondering, by the way, on Pawlowski, he was 28 of 45, 245 yards and a touchdown. And had some very good moments.
Some excellent moments. Scrambling, making things happen.
He's an interesting kid. He came here with a Boz haircut. Has that earring in the left ear, I guess it is. Tough guy. Coming off now, shaken up on the play, is Kip Vickers. Sophomore defensive tackle. First down, 5:18 left in the game. 45-24 Miami. Klein thrown too wide of Woodall.
For those of you out there who follow college football year-round, keep an eye on this Miami team and all the players. And remember this game, the number of players who've come off hurt.
Kansas State's won 2 games in a row. He wrapped up. Remember when he hurt that way back early?
Yeah.
Kind of got bent, funny angle and stretched that knee. Klein took a shot that time as he tried to get the ball to Jeff Jones.
You get a young quarterback in, the thing you want to do is blitz him, hurry him, get him confused. Don't give him time to read, and he'll make mistakes.
There's the numbers we were talking about. Last week he threw 2 touchdown passes. I like this kid. You talk to him, he's got great confidence.
Yes. No interceptions today.
3rd and 10 now for the Bears with 5:09 left. Caldwell goes in motion. Klein blitz. Armstead. No chance. Armstead can run. Out of Dallas, Texas. Uh-oh, taking a page out of Randall Hill's book.
And the booing persists. I think Klein came up to the line, didn't read that the blitz was coming. He should have audibilized out of it.
Loss of 7. Darrell Spencer received the punt from Robbie Keane. Not hit all that well. It's going to take a cow bounce, though. It's going to end up being one of his better punts of the day, down to the 10-yard line. 43-yarder. So Miami will have it there. 4:53 left in the game.
Darrell Spencer's back there to take the punt. He's yelling, Peter, that's the signal to get away from the ball. While he's yelling it, one of the Cal players came up and just knocked him on his rear end. He got, what'd you hit me for?
So Gino Torretta will come in to be the quarterback, which means that his record will stay at 468 yards passing in a game. No place to go that time. Stacked up very well by Cal. Running the ball that time was Martin Patton out of Missouri City, Texas. Coming up, as you just saw a moment ago, the Chevrolet players of the game. Second down, virtually 10 yards to go. Boy, the A's are something. 4-1. Tony La Russa doesn't want to admit it's his best team, but it could be. Second down, 11. Torretta short of the mark. Darrell Spencer, the intended receiver. Torretta, by the way, had a brother, Jeff, who came to Cal, transferred, and went to Miami and backed up Vinny Testaverde. He's from Pinole, California, which is just north of the Berkeley area. He did a commendable job last year when Erickson went down to the injury. .403 left in the game. Third down, 10. Torretta with a deep drop over the middle. Bethel, the tight end, makes the catch, but he's short of the first down. It'll be fourth. Bill Ayer over there to make the stop for California. Well, Lynn, I guess the question I would ask you now is, there's no question Miami's offense is playing like a national championship team. What about their defense?
Their defense has a long way to go. I think they certainly can apply pressure on people, but they have to be able to do it consistently from beginning to end in the ball game.
Snyder hits this one well. Triggs going back to the 40. And dropped at the 44-yard line. So Cal will take it there. 3:25 left. Darren Smith is down there. A 45-yard punt that time by Paul Snyder.
Miami's got a lot of people with little nicks and bruises and they've got to win ball games when they're hurt, but they've also got to get these people healthy.
Well, they got a week off. That could come at a very good time. So Perry Klein will come back into the game. He was kind of down in the dumps when he lost the starting job to Pulaski. Kind of talked him through it. Now getting some valuable playing experience. Klein and Simeon and he are not on the same page. Talking about California quarterbacks, you know, Miami's got a history of them. Well, these guys here, not too shabby either. Look at this. Troy Taylor made the Jets this year. Campbell was drafted by the Packers. Gilbert, of course, Craig Morton took the Broncos to the Super Bowl. Bartkowski's the #1 pick at Atlanta. Of course, the tragic death of Joe Roth.
Never had a chance, Joe Roth, to play professional football.
Second down, 10 now. Klein waiting for Caldwell to break open and just not able to make the connection. Caldwell, the intended receiver, Farms defending on the play. Well, Bruce Snyder, his best record here at Cal was 5-5-1. Last year, he finished very strongly, winning 2 of his last 3 with Troy Taylor healthy. He's had some good recruiting years. And this football team's a better football team than I think a lot of people thought. They were picked 9th in the preseason in this conference.
Well, he's building solidly from the bottom up, and so he's established something that will last for several years, provided he can still recruit and get more people to fill in the gaps.
Klein scrambling on 3rd down. Caesar stops him short of the 1st down. It'll bring up 4th down.
And his focus, Bruce Snyder's, has to really be the Pac-10. He wants to make a good showing here. They want to beat Miami. It's not going to happen this afternoon. But he's got to get these kids to focus in on that Pac-10, make a good show, and come away with a winning record. And I think here at the university, they extended his contract, so he's got that kind of support.
And most people, when they look at this score today, Lynn, would think that it wasn't a very close game, but it was until in this fourth quarter. 45-24. They had cut it to 7, 31-24. They being California. Here's the blitz. They're sending everybody. Klein on fourth down, rolling out of there, but he's not going to get the first down. Looked to me like they sent about 6 guys up the middle that time.
They sent everyone who was available.
And so Miami will take over with 2:17 left in the game. So Dennis Erickson will even his record out at 1-1. His family from Everett, Washington here. His old high school teammates are here for the game.
He says once a year they pick a game to come down to, and there's about 11 of them from Everett that came down.
The fumble picked up by Darrell Spencer. Touchdown.
The fumble is picked up by
Martin Patton fumbled and Spencer took over. And I'll say it again, the score not indicative of what a football game we've had today. 51-24 now with 1:55 left. Spencer out last year with knee surgery.
When you're making substitution and you're giving other people a chance to play, Gary, it's important for coaches to make sure that they maintain their level of intensity. I think this is caused just because they let down a bit. They're playing, they feel like they're out of the ball game, they're not maintaining the intensity.
Huerta, busy young man, adds the point after. 52-24, 1:55 left here in Berkeley. At a scoreless third quarter. Cal had cut it to 7, and now it's 52-24 here in the fourth quarter. Huerta will kick off to Simeon and Wallace. And Anthony Wallace will bring it up the field. Up to the 20, 25, 30, and brings it all the way out to the 37. I'll tell you one thing Dennis Erickson's going to work on, their kickoff coverage.
Oh, I think so. Wallace just took that ball in. He was running up to the wedge. Waited, actually ran slow to get the timing a little bit better in terms of the blocks, and came through. And Miami can afford to give people that kind of yardage on the recovery, on kickoff coverage, when they're in much tighter ball games.
Terrace Harris was the guy that made the stop for Miami. 1:47 left in this one. Perry Klein in a mop-up situation here with Pulaski getting some ice on the knee. Hand off to Marty Hawley. They call him Buddy Hawley, as you might suspect. Across the 40 to the 41.
I don't think he sings like him, no.
Nope. He was quite a soccer star in San Fernando. And so the line of scrimmage now just across the 40 to the 41.
And Marty turned down scholarships to Stanford and Dartmouth to play soccer, to be a walk-on here at Cal.
A lot of stats in this game. We thank Bill Coons for his help, and Bill Frio, our spotter. From the 41-yard line now, 1:09 left in the game. This is Hawley again, runs into his own man, knocks him backwards, and gets up to about the 43-yard line.
Well, see, Hawley's out there running hard. And I think these young kids, when they get a chance to play like this, Gary, have to think of it as an audition. You know, if someone goes down, the coach is looking for another player to play, who are they going to call? The guy who came in kind of walked through it at the last minute? Or the guy who came in and played with intensity, even in a losing situation?
Bruce Snyder, who was 10-6-2 at home coming into this game. Going to go down to this setback. Big thanks to our producer, Kurt Gowdy Jr. Really good to work with him. Last time he was in this area is the World Series. There's the pass thrown too far for Woodall. Bruce Troit, who flew all the way back from Australia to direct this game. I don't know if he knows what time zone he's in.
After working real hard in Orlando for a special. on the Harlem Globetrotters.
Richard Gelder, a technical director. Jim Ressler, associate producer, coming in for this. Vince D'Addario, who ate so much food the other night it was embarrassing, our associate director. Dennis Zabo, Mike Fisher, Hal Schmidt, and Catherine Love, our PA. That pass not finding the mark.
Well, they have to be careful here. Klein doesn't want to get anybody hurt. They're trying to execute.
Well, this will give us an opportunity now to announce our Chevrolet Most Valuable Players of the game. Craig Erickson of Miami, no big surprise there. And Mike Pulaski for the University of California. Chevrolet will donate $1,000 to each school's general scholarship fund to reward outstanding students for their academic achievements and to assist those in financial need. We're taking over in downs is Miami, and we're coming to the end of this one with 12 seconds left. Pulaski, 245 yards. Erickson, 467 yards. And this one has come to a close. That was the final snap of the game. Miami, after being stunned last week by BYU, coming back to capture this one, putting it away here in the fourth quarter, 52-24. So in this series now, Miami goes up 2-1. Bruce Snyder's team playing very, very tough through the first 3 quarters of this game. Miami a week off. Next week, California heads to Pullman to play the Cougars of Washington State. So Dennis Erickson's been doing a lot of travel, and he'll be glad to get home, have the week off, and then meet Iowa. Hayden Fry's team will be coming in at that particular time. Well, we hope you've enjoyed it. For Lynn Swan, I'm Gary Bender saying so long from Memorial Stadium in Berkeley, Miami 52, California 24.